Remember your ABCs. Always Bush and Cheney.
Boy, you know, Trevor, you said it. You said it. We didn't know how good we had it back then.
That's so funny. That's so
What's
funny, actually.
one war crime among friends?
I was just reading about them.
Oh, the Lesser Key of Solomon. There you go.
Yeah. Here, listen. The fifth spirit in order is called Bush. He is the first and chief spirit under Caspiel, the Emperor of the South.
Amazing.
Wait, are you serious, Kay?
That's
There we go.
in
There's a
there.
Post moment for you.
Holy
Sixth spirit in
shit.
order, but the second under the Emperor of the South is called Cheney. Who ruleth as king of the south and by west, who hath 20 chief spirits to serve him in the day, and as many for the night. And they have many servants at their commands, whereof we shall make mention. But of 8, the chief spirits that belong to the... They loved run-on sentences in the...
And one to be shot in the face by a quail. Right,
Such
exactly.
and such begot of such and such begot
Sure.
of such and such.
Yes.
You know,
Always be clogging.
I was doubling us up.
Well, hey guys, hey friendos, hey chat, welcome back to Goon Files
Hey,
season
everybody.
3.
Who do we got?
Operation Viscid episode 2. We are here. We are queer, and
We have no fear.
we have no. There you go, Trevi. Thanks for picking up my slack. Yes, we're
Bring it
here.
home.
We're queer, and we have no fear, especially when. No, especially when facing the cosmic horrors of Delta Green. What is the scariest animal in your brain? What when you see it, you're like, nah, fuck that noise. Some people it's crows. Some people it's like ravens and shit like that. But
Man.
No. I don't
the
like
animal
monkeys.
kingdom is so full of horrors. It's awesome.
oh, Campbell said monkeys.
I don't like monkeys.
Good choice.
I don't like chimps.
Chimps
I think
is a good
okay.
choice.
I think
They're so
chimps
close
are.
to us.
Well, then that's not why. Like, I think chimps is the scariest animal because one time in my youth, I watched an episode of I Survived, which is a program that my brain was formed on in my youth. And there was this fucking story about this chimp, and the chimp goes for the soft parts of you. So it'll like eat your hands and your feet and your wiener, and
Your
then like
genitals and your lips, yeah.
and I'm like, that's like demon behavior, but it's not. It's just like the scariest animal behavior. And then like that's why I can't watch Nope. I can't watch Nope ever again. Some people watch the movie Nope for fun.
They are scary. A chimp is basically a 4-year-old with the strength of an industrial baler. So like I do get it.
Very scary.
So 2 fun things about chimps, both having to do with zoos, kind of. My partner has not chimps, but my partner has a crazy story about monkeys because she and her family did the drive-through Six Flags safari, and they decided against what turned out to be better judgment to go through the section with the monkeys. And even though there's like all these signs being like, hey, we're not responsible what happens to your car if you go through here. And basically their car got attacked. And much like you just described, Campbell, these monkeys, like a couple of like gangsters in the Bronx, just started pulling off all the soft bits of the car. Like the wiper blades were gone, like the seals between the doors were gone.
That's horrifying.
But then fact number 2, the what's it called? There's a zoo in DC. It's not far from where my sister-in-law lives. It's like run by the Smithsonian, and the chimp enclosure has a section with all these like ropes that run just above the pedestrian walkways, and the chimps will just like swing across the ropes, and like they'll occasionally the zookeepers will get a question like, what if they fall? And the zookeepers are just like, they won't. Like they will never
They're
ever
better
fall.
at this than we are.
Yeah. There's not a single chance that would ever happen.
Chat is saying
but they'll just be right above
anglerfish, orangutan. Teacup Tempest says people are going to hate me, but dogs are the scariest animal to me.
Listen, Cujo was a movie that scared the living shit out of me as a kid. I saw that shit on pay-per-view when I shouldn't have, and fucked me up a little bit, man.
My answer's a little front door, but I'm gonna say spiders.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Remember that movie, Eight-Legged Freaks? That was always on the Sci-Fi Network.
I see him in my house, and I just go, I'm not gonna kill you because I know you're good for stuff, but like, get out of my sight, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ty?
Cujo, also a great coffee porter, for those that don't know.
Oh!
Great coffee porter.
I did not know.
Flying dog, I think it is. I always
That's
mix up
been-
flying dog and flying fish. I'm pretty sure it's flying dog.
I love
That's been
flying
Beer
dog.
Facts with your resident beer host, Tyler.
That's right.
Ty, what's the animal that scares the shit out of you, dude?
There's so many of them. Probably a hippo. Like, just because they seem like I want to be best friends with a hippo, and I'm like, oh, if I get anywhere close to it, it's gonna.
They will fuck
Murder.
you
Great
up,
choice,
man.
Ty, because they are friend-shaped and the most dangerous and the most dangerous animal to human beings on the planet.
Why are you gonna make them so friend-shaped if they're so unfriendly?
Well, if not friend, why friend-shaped? Yeah.
If not friend, then why friend-shaped?
Then why so many tons?
That was my
Give me
favorite.
cookie, I give you cookie.
That was my favorite part about
No
like
one.
all the. That was
No
my favorite
one.
part about all like the Moo Dang videos when Moo Dang was still like new and fresh and super baby. Is that there was one video in particular of like Moo Dang swimming up to one of its keepers and just going like chomp on its leg and then being like, "Oh, I can't kill you," and then literally making a face like Kermit the Frog does when he gets angry, like.
And just call you and drag you beneath the waves.
And it is the most adorable thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so adorable. And yet I know in a couple of years when Moo Dang does that leg is gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
It's like when a snake stretches itself out beside you, a pet snake stretches itself out beside you in bed because it's measuring itself to see if it can eat you.
Just wants to see how long it has to
What?
starve itself to eat you. Yeah.
Campbell's like, what?
What?
Yeah.
See, this is why
Trevor.
this is why my pet is a dog and not a snake. Like, look, he's not gonna. Oh, you can't see him.
He might eat you though,
He splooted out.
and if you
Hi,
die in the
buddy.
house, he will eat you.
Maybe.
What about you, Trev? What's your animal that
Well, let's see. The animal kingdom is so full of horrors, and there
Here
are
we
so many
go.
ways in which to approach this problem, right? I mean, we can talk about like the animal that statistically I'm the most afraid of, which is cows, because statistically cows kill more animals than almost anybody else. But that's only because we're just around cows more than your average bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
By which he
animal
means your
that
average
creeps
bear.
me out the worst, not for my own personal safety, but it just gives me the willies by the sheer audacity of its existence, is deep sea isopods, which are those lovely little parasites that eat and replace the tongue of a fish. And so when the fish eats, the isopod eats what it is eating. And so if
incredible
a fish
evolution.
is infested with a deep sea isopod, if you open its mouth, instead of a tongue, there's just a little guy in there
Great weight
driving
loss
him
plan,
like a
though.
Gundam. And
That would really
know.
bug me on land, but there's something about it being in the sea where I'm like, that's your business.
Oh well,
You
everything
know,
in the sea.
you know
Every-
your business.
Everything in the sea is 90% scarier just by nature of
Yeah.
it being in the sea.
That's
But I think
Yeah.
for my own personal
Noise.
safety, the thing that like I think the animal that I would least like to encounter would be the boom slang snake, which is a snake indigenous to the Sahel in Africa. They're an
Sahel?
arboreal snake.
So hell it is.
Sahel it is.
There you go, Sierra Berry. Sierra Berry says, I would like to see Zuma, please.
There he is.
There's the boy.
Oh, the
But
zooms.
basically, the boom slang is a kind of snake that hangs from a tree like a vine, so you can't see it. And if you come across a boom slang and it bites you, its venom is unique to the animal kingdom in that it has a particular property which prevents blood from clotting and sporadically causes you to bleed out of every orifice.
Grand mal seizure.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh,
So,
Trevor.
boom
Okay.
slang snake.
Good choice,
Tough way to
Trevor.
go.
Trevor, I would also like to direct you to the chat where Poinketh says, I would love to see a moose, but it would also terrify me. They have one natural predator and it's killer whales. Trevor, you remember?
We have discussed this on stream before.
We've
We-
discussed this on the stream before.
And then Trevor and I in our house at one point, was it in our house we were talking about this? How I was like, man, and Trevor was saying something about how moose can swim. And I was like, oh my God, can you imagine being in a dark lake and then you see a huge animal coming towards you and it's a fuck off moose? And then Trevor went, and then it moves aside and there's a killer whale.
A killer whale there.
There's always a bigger.
There's always a bigger
Yeah.
thing.
The
Always bigger
animal
mammal.
kingdom,
Scary.
Mother
Mammal.
Nature is intensely creative when it comes to murder. So, with that in mind,
I
Let's
think
die.
I think mine has to be What are the big ones? Crocodile, alligators, right? Those are the big ones.
The death
That would
roll,
be
that would
bad.
be a tough way to go.
Just the thought of like being near. I had this like bad dream as a kid once where I was like, I had watched Jurassic Park, and then suddenly had all these nightmares about dinosaurs and reptiles, and just this thought of like standing near a riverbank and it grabbing your leg and pulling you in, and while you're drowning, it's rolling you over and just like.
From an evolutionary standpoint, it's fucking genius, right? And it's the reason crocodiles have been an apex predator since the time of the dinosaurs, right? Because what does every bit of organic life on Earth need?
Air.
Water.
And water,
right?
yeah.
Has to come to a drinking source at some point. And so you just hang out there and then you gobble them up. It's genius, I tell you.
Yeah. Wish I had thought of it.
I have a runner-up animal.
Okay, go ahead.
Komodo
What is it?
dragon.
Oh,
dragon.
fuck those things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their saliva is so filled with bacteria that they're poisonous, but it's not. It's just bacteria. There's no poison. It's wild.
I don't want to burst your bubble on this time.
Nuh-uh,
So I'm not going to. Let's carry on.
Yeah. No, I burst my bubble. Now I need to know. Is that
No,
not
Are they
true?
not
They do
poisonous?
They do it. They are actually venomous. The thing about bacteria comes from like, it's just such a monstrous animal that there's lots of stories about Komodo dragons and how.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. I'm really
Well,
sorry
I'm
to burst
sorry
your
for
bubble.
leading
That's one
you
of those
astray,
things. That's one of
Stream.
those things that like Thanksgiving. It's just this lie we're all told as a child for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
I'm just now picturing Tyler and Trevor in like the jungle, and Tyler getting bitten by a Komodo dragon and like going septic and being like, man, I can't believe I'm getting taken down only by bacteria. And Trevor's like, well, if it's any comfort, actually.
Yeah. Well, even better, they're both bit by the Komodo dragon.
What is
going? Oh, bacteria.
What is killing you slowly and painfully is in fact powerful venom. And Tyler going, thank you for telling me.
It would make me feel better. I'm not gonna lie. I would feel like more of a badass if
You're
I
welcome.
got killed by venom and not just bacteria.
Yeah, there you go. There
You
you
know?
go. There you go.
Well,
You're
friends,
On that note,
on that note, as you remember last time, I will repeat it because Campbell was actually not here for it when I stated it. But we see again this opening scene, right? And we hear the voice of none other than Jack Portman. We see what looks like a desert town out near Tucson, or perhaps out near Colorado, Midwest area, closer to the Rockies than Midwest. And we just hear his voice as we see this motel out in this dry area. Everything happens on purpose. Nothing is a mistake. All the events that unfold in front of you are already predetermined, years in the making. I learned this the hard way a long time ago. Lost the family and the home and the white picket fence. As he's saying this, we see a man walks out of the doorway of one of the motel rooms, and he starts walking down the steps, and he's got a briefcase and he's got a trench coat on, and he's got it up around his neck, so you can't really see his face, you can't really see anything about him. And he walks down, he heads to the vending machine, and he presses a couple buttons and picks out a soda. We hear then the voiceover again. Sometimes that comes with the territory. You know, for 30 years I served the world by keeping some of the worst things imaginable at bay. And if you ask me, would I go back and change any of it? And we see the man walk to his car, and he opens the car door, and he sits in the car, and we see the car door close. and we just hear the answer is no. Not a damn thing. And the car blows up. We cut back to...
Like Groundhog Day.
We cut back to... You're in the tent. The birds are dead at your feet.
He said that just for you, Trev.
The worst day of my life.
Dead at your feet.
Palms facing skyward, like in reverent prayer to Our Lady Dolly Parton, like staring up at the sky. Why? This murder has been murdered!
This murder's been murdered.
He had a week to think about that joke, Chad.
You son of a bitch.
You know what? I thought of it just
Somebody
now.
clip that shit.
If you can believe it, I thought of it just now.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I don't believe a damn thing. I don't believe you, you slick son of a bitch.
I wagged my fingies at you.
We see Roberta Kane, the CDC official that's on the inside. She comes over and she just goes, oh, that's fucking unfortunate. Where the fuck did they come from?
How many were there?
There were like 6.
Yeah, Olivia pokes her head into the tent and goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, and then just like pops back out.
Roberta starts poking around at the birds. And then she steps back quickly. Is that what I fucking think it is? Visibly pointing to the one with the fucking appendages growing out of it.
Roberta's Delta Green, right?
She is.
She's our Delta. Okay, I keep forgetting the name of the one. Okay, good.
I guess you could say we fingered this bird as the perpetrator of the crime.
Olivia comes back in. You could say that, but why on earth would you?
We're right back after this break, folks. Stay right here. Don't go nowhere.
Oh my god, I've blown it already.
That's our Teddy.
Yeah. So Olivia, we all have like PPE, right? We're all in like hazmat.
Yeah,
suits?
you're all suited up and everything. Yeah, this is
Okay,
CDC
good.
quarantined. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Olivia will just sort of pop in and sort of stand next to Roberta. And I guess she'll just similarly try to poke around and take a look at them and see what she can discern. I don't know. I don't know that I have anything I mean, like pharmacy. The best like medical skill I have is pharmacy. So that's really all I can offer.
Does
to
anybody
roll on.
have like, does anybody have any science skills? Anything like kind of? I think Roberta would be like, well, that's certainly not fucking natural. We're probably gonna need a blood sample of something, because that doesn't look like it's just made up of fucking crows, does it?
I put points into science at school. Can I roll something?
You sure can. You want to give me a science roll?
Yeah, I do. Let's see what happens. All right. So, where's my D10? Where's my D10?
Yeah, can I do anything with survival, Ned?
Yeah.
Not
Give me a
really.
survival roll. I got something separate for you. And does anybody else want to do anything else? Okay, what else? I'm sorry. God damn it.
I just want to go on record and say I can't be stopped. I won't be stopped. That's a 17 under 30.
Nice, excellent. Olivia, if you want to do anything too, you can do something on your own as well.
Oh,
start.
You were confusing. You got my name. You got my name confused with Olivia. I thought you had gotten my name confused with Campbell, which is more of a compliment. But Olivia's pretty complimentary too, so I'll take it. Yeah, I would like to roll on pharmacy if I could.
Go ahead, roll on pharmacy. So, Trevor, you look at these birds and you know that with the science aspect, you know that there's. You remember reading something about a certain parasite that can only survive under the water, and that if its host leaves the water, that it actually dies. And it's not as much that it can't sustain within said host, it's just that host is not the optimal area for said parasite to survive. You remember reading that, and you kind of put 2 and 2 together here and you think, Well, whatever happened in the sunlight didn't really affect these birds. But maybe they weren't a suitable host, and that's why they just died. Maybe they couldn't keep up with whatever was going on in them. That's what you're kind of deducing.
Okay, so I'm with you. So it's like, right. So every parasite across nature, parasites can adapt so specifically to the internal ecosystem of a host that there is a parasite for a specific species of animal. Like there are particular wasps that hunt for specific species of caterpillar in which to lay their eggs. You know, it's not even specific enough that they lay their eggs in a caterpillar, they look for a specific kind of caterpillar. So it's the same kind of deal with this, whatever it is, like whatever infected these crows was not intended to facilitate inside of a crow body.
That's exactly what you deduce. Tyler, what'd you get on your pharmacy roll, Captain?
95 over 80. I'm sticking with my, long run of always rolling shitty, no matter what game.
You know what? Somebody's got to do it, Tyler, and it's a badge you wear with honor.
Hey, every group needs an anchor to hold them down, right?
And remember that there's a whole house here for y'all to work with. Kay, give me what role did you give me for your pharmacy?
And Ned, could you take the music down?
Yeah, I was
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we're hearing from the chat. Music's a touch loud, so we can take that down a little bit. Also, with the intention of getting a sample to like investigate in a lab somewhere, I rolled against my pharmacy and got a 23 under 52.
Well, excellent for you, because you just so happen, Kay, to be in a lab, don't you?
Fantastic. All right.
So you are able to, we see you, and you kind of point toward one of the CDC agents, and they come over and they bring you a test kit, and you take a syringe and you pull a sample out of the crow with like the hand that was growing out of it, and you pull it out. And you kind of, you put it into a vial. And so now you have a sample of the, for all intents and purposes, the blood and the DNA of this mutated kind of crow.
Somebody find me a centrifuge. She takes off her sunglasses dramatically.
Yeah! Oh, yeah, exactly.
And she looks at the camera and says, "That wasn't a pun. When I make a pun, you'll know."
Let's take this thing for a spin.
Yeah! She puts her sunglasses. She puts her sunglasses back on. Damn it!
You also notice that on the wall, pinned up, is the photo, frame by frame, of Greaves's body deteriorating in the minutes that the sun rose. So that's up there. You see like a bunch of the stuff that's still there. The bodies aren't there. The bodies are in the morgue downtown.
Right. Well, the one that is still not goo is in the morgue, I believe.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, my intention will be to take this sample to a centrifuge and do some science on it.
Okay. So, if you continue inside, you will notice that. God damn it! Where did that go? I just had it. Okay. So, as you walk into the Greaves' house, you notice that it's 4 bedrooms and technically no basement. It's a rambler, and it's at the end of the cul-de-sac, which you guys walked up to. Surrounded by high evergreen trees, it has a small fenced-in yard in the back, and the back of the house on the cul-de-sac are surrounded by a green belt and a drainage stream.
This dude was a geneticist, right?
So you look around, and
I'm looking for his laboratory.
You see,
or his home office.
You see, like, what should be a garage door. and as you open it up, it leads into. Do you have science?
No, I don't. The best thing, like the most scientific thing I have is pharmacy, which is like decent, but everything else, like science, I'm at.
Is it safe to say maybe Teddy? Are you with?
I am everything, everywhere, all at once. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Olivia will just sort of tap Booker on the shoulder and go, "Why don't we take a walk and calm you down a little bit?" As he's like,
Oh, that's sweet of you, Olivia. I do sure plumb appreciate the support. It's been a tough day for me.
Yeah, I know. Come on.
Okay.
David, as you are kind of looking around, and maybe you walk over and you look at the pictures on the wall of the kind of time, the time kind of crunch of his body deteriorating. You see that there's a computer there with a search database. So you could kind of look up any of these victims or anything and maybe garner some more information if you wanted to. And as you're about to go type on the computer, you hear the sound of a Jeep pull up outside.
Yeah, so I'll say like I'm about to type, then I'll just check out what's going on outside.
Okay. Teddy, why don't you give me a science roll as you head into this lab?
Oh, yes, a science roll, for which I am finally attuned, as now I am a graduate of the American Collegiate System. Off we go now.
Yes, Northeastern West Virginia University, Southern Campus.
Southern Campus.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Northeastern West Virginia University, South Campus.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, it's a 99.
Ah!
You want to push it?
Over 30.
It's about as
I
bad as
can't
it
be
can get.
pushing simple
That
stuff.
feels like
shit.
you're already pushing it.
I can't
push
be
it?
pushing stuff. I can't be risking pushes here. Pushes need to come when his life or death.
Also, pushing when your score is a 30 is like, that's...
Right, yeah, what am I jumping? I'm changing my odds from, what, 30% to, I don't even know.
Same odds, just worse consequences.
Uh-huh.
Trevor, as you walk in, you notice that this is pretty high-tech shit.
Whoa!
It
lot of
looks
levers
like
in here.
It looks like, the science rooms that you had at the community college were pretty well equipped. They had, you had beakers and collars, all these things that you needed to do.
I elbow Diana and I say, okay, that one's a
Oh,
beaker
that's devastating, Trevor.
and that one's a flask.
Oh, Trevor, that's not Diana. That's not Diana.
We'll be right back.
Okay, then he says it. He says it then. And I say, oh, Olivia, I'm so sorry.
Give me a sanity roll, Trevor. Oh, give me a sanity roll.
I'm so sorry, Olivia. I'm so sorry.
Olivia. So like this is like, I think Olivia sort of gets a little introspective for a moment and goes, yes. I forgot about that part of investigating with you lot. You always want to call me Diana.
It's not. I'm sorry. I really am sorry, Olivia. It's nothing to do with you. It's all to do with me. I'm terribly sorry. That's rude and embarrassing. I really am. So I really do sincerely apologize.
I trust that Diana was very charismatic and beautiful. And if we're not dating, it doesn't bother me as much when you accidentally call me by another woman's name.
Well, I'll skate by on as many technicalities as I need. Thank you, Olivia. That's mighty kind of you.
Hey, Trevor, give me disadvantage on that sanity roll, Bubba. You can thank Haster for that.
Oh, shit.
Agent of chaos.
That's fair.
Agent of chaos that they are.
Well, shoot. So that's going to be... Wait, sanity I'm trying to get over or under?
Under.
Shit, no, yeah, okay. So that's going to be an 87 over 61.
Okay, just take 1 point of sanity damage. It's kind of a slip up, you know, but yeah, I think as you turn to look at Olivia, I mean, how does it manifest, Teddy? Like, what is it? Do you see her? Like, what is it like?
Well, Teddy doesn't have a firm understanding of the sciences, and so like when he sees beakers, he just thinks science, and computers are also fall into that realm of science, right? And I just think being back in this Delta Green environment brings. He was thinking about Daphne too. Like he's so psyched that Daphne is not here and like living her best life. He's just got, because he doesn't know actually that many people. You know what I mean? Like the Delta Green
like
people.
8 people.
Yeah, he doesn't know a lot of people. And so the Delta Green people are all big like tent poles in his life. And so yeah, he just slips up. He just slips up for a moment.
Over under on which episode one of us is gonna call Sophie Daphne.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
So you see in this lab, Trevor, you see what looks like a industrial HVAC system. So like a huge kind of air conditioning unit. And you know that this is what you were reading about in your briefing, that this is a negative air pressure containment system. And it releases purified air through 2 mundane-looking vents in the roof, and air is pulled in faster than it can escape. So it's perfect for working with any sort of chemistry or any sort of viruses or something.
Well, so now this was the shiny bit of business that was supposed to protect this place from whatever ended up happening here. So does that mean it didn't work?
Well, I suppose it was meant to protect this place from something, but
the
there are only
whole
so many-
idea, right, is that somebody sneezes outside, there's some chicken clucking around outside with bird flu, and do chickens sneeze, Olivia?
She the first instinct is to be like, God, what a dummy, but then she's like, wait, do they?
Tyler, you walk over to the kind of tent flaps that lead into this area. And as you slide, it wasn't the mouth of an eldritch god, Kay. My God! You move these tent flaps aside. Go ahead, Kay.
There you go.
And you walk. Yeah, tentacles and all, right? Moving teeth undulate as you walk outside. You walk out through these tent flaps, and you see a NCIS agent opens the door to the Jeep. And out of the Jeep steps your daughter.
Fuck.
Cut to Teddy.
Also, while we're cutting too, thank you, Sir Bison, for a bajillion gifted subs.
Oh, Sir Bison,
You sweet
Get
beautiful
out of
Bison.
town.
You big beautiful Bison, we love you.
Oh, we love you. We love them bison
daughter
out on the
has
prairie.
My daughter has a bison stuffed animal she likes to sleep with. I'd sleep with you.
Oh!
Wow.
Just kidding.
I'm really trying
is
to
that too
thread
far?
all of the
Is that
needles
too
of
far?
that.
I'm sorry.
We're embroidering
That
at
was
this
leaked.
point.
Listen, love is love here.
What is it?
And at the $2,000 tier, you too can lay with Tyler.
Okay, birds have fingers. Birds have fingers. Let's talk about that.
That was a joke. We know that's illegal.
Oh, thank you, Theater Cat. More subs, more
tier one
subs.
Oh, let's keep it going. Let's
Level
keep
2
it going,
hype
y'all.
train. Let's
Oh,
go.
I just gotta say, I do want to take a second here just to say how great it is to be back on Twitch with a. It's just been a minute since we did a last TTRPG stream on Twitch, and I'm just so psyched to be back with all of you and doing this and having you all in the chat. It's just great to be back. I just want to say it's great to be back.
Do it.
We love it. Olivia, Teddy, as you continuing to look around this science lab that you're in, you notice one thing that is unmistakable, and that is a blast cabinet or a cabinet laboratory. And this is pretty unique. Glass all the way around with 2 entry points with heavy latex gloves that allow you to work on concealed things inside
like you put
the
your
case.
arms in the box, and that's sick.
Yes.
Oh my God. I throw a hand. I like dad arm Olivia for a second as we're approaching this thing. And I'm like, Olivia, I have always wanted to try one of these.
Okay.
I can't resist as I go and I put my hands into it.
Do you really?
Yeah, are you fucking kidding me? One of these big boxes with the arm things? Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Olivia, Teddy, both give me an alertness roll, please.
What is that? I never know what's deadly in this campaign.
Just Trevor being spontaneous as fuck.
Throwing my
You're
plans.
telling me
Fine.
that if you walked by one of those big boxes with rubber arm holes,
You gotta do
you
it.
wouldn't put your arms in the rubber arms?
Here's
Well, I feel like it's.
Wait.
Well, I
Trevor.
feel like at some point at the end of last campaign, I feel like Ned was like, "There is an empty landscape, and all that's in there is a chair." And I was like, "I'm gonna go sit on it." And Ned went,
Are you really gonna sit on
"Are you
the chair?
serious?"
So
Why would you put a plastic rubber arm box in front of me? Not for me to put my arms in the rubber arms.
Trevor, to answer your question, it depends on the context. In a children's museum, every time. In a lab, a
CDC
private lab. Yeah, in a private lab where someone was recently turned to goo.
Case? I don't know.
I might think twice.
Theater
Life is
says-
a please touch museum, Olivia.
28.
If Liv wants to
28.
stop me, she's welcome to.
I rolled a 28 under my 80 alertness. I'm very, very alert.
Olivia, as he is rushing over to the case like a kid who's been given a bouncy ball on Christmas Day, you notice that there is a sample that is inside the case that is shattered, and you also notice that there is a tear in the glove, in one of the gloves, and there is blood, like dried blood, on the outside of one of the gloves.
I after he dad armed me a second ago, I dad arm him back, but it's as if I'm doing like one of those checks in wrestling where I like slap him on the chest.
Snap out of it!
Whoa!
Yeah, it's literally like a wham.
Yeah.
You got
Teddy.
a hell of it. You'd make a good MLB pitcher.
Look very closely.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
This area's been contaminated.
First of all, sure. Second of all, you're welcome. Third of all, let's go have a closer look and not thrust our hands into the mystery box, okay?
Oh hell, I was ready to go throwing my little piggies right in there, Olivia. You just done saved my life. You know,
Maybe.
I got my associate's degree. I should really know better about these things now.
Real world experience and degrees are a completely different thing. You'll get there. And she'll make her way over and just take a closer look without putting her hands in the gloves.
Yeah, absolutely. As you go a little bit closer, you notice, Olivia, that the area where that one vial is shattered, there it looks like it was sitting in a holder that held 6 total vials, right? And that one was shattered. The other 5 are missing.
Oh. Okay. So where there once were 6 vials, there is now 1 broken and 5 missing.
And Roberta kind of comes in behind you and goes, I see you found the fucking experimental lab. Yeah.
I think, well, it may be more important. I think we have a bit of a fetch quest on our hands. I think we might need to find the other 5 vials of whatever the hell this is. Does anyone have any idea what was in the? We do have one that was shattered here. Is there any residue? Has anyone done any samples or anything?
Well, I can solve a little bit of your problem right now. The other 5 vials were on that CDC flight that's crashed over.
Fantastic.
So,
Wait, so,
That's
okay,
out
so
there.
you was working with this one here. You sent the others away.
well,
and
yeah,
then
the
that plane
5.
crashed?
The other 5 vials were going to be sent to Virginia. They were going to be sent out.
So let me ask, what was your directive here? What pot of gold was you hoping to find at the end of this rainbow?
Listen, Theodore, right? That's your name?
Yes, that is my name.
Great. Theodore,
Yeah.
I'm part of the program. Like you. That's why I tipped you guys off.
Uh-huh.
Officially, I work as an agent for the CDC. And so my job is anything that comes into contamination with human life that can cause an outbreak or can spread needs to be contained. Which is why I sent it on a flight, an overnight red-eye flight, to our headquarters in Virginia.
Oh, you was trying to send it all back to Portland?
I was trying to send it somewhere where it could be locked down.
Why? What is it?
I don't know, but whatever it is, killed Greaves, killed his girlfriend, and whatever it is, crashed that fucking CDC flight I sent out.
Okay.
I
How
don't
did you
know
come
what
across
it is.
Was it in the bird first, or was it in the person first?
It was obviously in one of these containers. Whatever Greaves was working on in this blast case, whatever he was working on got out, and it got in him.
I understand. Okay, so a scientist here was working with the thing, got infected, went crazy, died, then the birds started eating him, and so the birds got infected off the body who got infected off and I point at the hand machine. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
And I should furthermore say, his lovely girlfriend, I don't know, she was killed by the same thing that killed him. All we know is that when he came running outside, his tongue, his jaw, and his esophagus were gone.
Already?
It looked like they had been ripped out of him.
Where did he come? Out of this room here he came out of?
He came out of this room, he walked right down the right outside, right to the end of the driveway, and that's where he decomposed.
And he was working on this stuff. So he got, oh man.
And then from what we can deduce, his girlfriend came in to check on him, and
what it got passed to her.
whatever it was that killed him, killed her.
All right, look, time is of the essence, and what few samples we have are going to start decaying very soon. I want to do 2 things. I want to take a look at the house. I want to look at any files this man might have. Did he keep a diary? Did he keep journals? What TV shows did he watch? What beer does he drink? I want to start making a profile of this man, and then someone here has to go to the morgue. So Olivia will set about looking around the house.
I couldn't agree more with you. We cut to the family reunion.
Where's that happening, by the way?
Right outside near the driveway.
Okay, so
yeah.
So I'm not aware of it yet.
Y'all aren't aware of it yet, no.
I can feel like eyes on me, so I keep my back to this is a tent that everybody's in.
Yeah.
And I am like grabbing all of my shit out of the Jeep slowly.
Yep.
Slam the door. I've got like a bag in each hand. NCIS windbreaker, like my hair pulled down into a low ponytail.
Yeah. Gun on your hip.
Yes. Yeah. And then I will lock the Jeep and then just turn around with my bags standing there.
And yeah, you just see David sitting there like with he took his helmet off or whatever, hood off as soon as he saw you, and he's just standing there like blank look on his face.
Kaplan.
Soph.
And then hearing that, I put one bag down. I put both bags down on the ground. I reach in my back pocket. I pull out a little notepad. David B. Kaplan. Delta Green. 11 years of service. Operation Shattered Glass. Operation Frostbite.
You shouldn't be saying those names.
Dishonorably discharged from the U.S. Navy SEALs in 1991.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to work. And then I just sort of point at the NCIS.
This is
Damn.
exactly the shit I didn't want you getting wrapped up in.
I starts to roll her eyes like a teenager. And then like catches herself and picks up both bags again, puts that notepad away. Seems like time is of the essence. Why don't you fill me in on what you know? What'd you think was going to happen?
Not this.
I'm going to walk past him. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into the tent.
Okay.
And yeah, I think David just stands there for a minute, like doesn't turn, just like stands there and like looks out. And lost in thought on how to deal with this.
Yeah, I feel like as I'm like walking towards him, I'm stealing myself. The minute I get past him, if there's like a two, flaps come open, there's like a little bit of an antechamber, and then I feel like once I get into the inside, just inside of the flaps, and then just keep going into like the next.
Yeah, and as you go in, one of the agents is like, whoa. You are?
Sophie Kaplan, NCIS.
Right, okay. And you're here for the CDC, correct?
Yes.
All right, let me get you scrubbed in. And
Right.
and they bring over like the suit, and they just kind of like, they put the gloves on, and you're kind of in that antechamber before you go into the house.
Yeah, let's not forget that dramatic reunion, for the entirety of that dramatic reunion, David sounded like this.
Oh, I think he took off his helmet.
Oh, never mind.
Stage thing.
Okay. Well, that's less fun.
That would have been
That's
crazy
probably-
though.
It's probably more emotionally impactful.
Yeah. What? Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Oh, the helmet.
Oh, the uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta hydrate everybody.
Oh, the uniform.
Oh, hydrate.
Hydrate.
Do nickels
Hydration
count?
tonight. I have a tangerine liqueur.
That's what happened to Greaves. He didn't hydrate. Now he's goo.
Is that the last tangerine liqueur?
I don't think so.
It is. Everybody out there in chat, it is. It's the
Oh.
last tangerine liqueur.
Let's put an F in the chat. Last tangerine.
It was the last tangerine liqueur, and he would have to get more.
Was that Morgan Freeman? As you are walking out, Olivia and Teddy, can you both give me another alertness roll, please?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. My alertness is awesome. Oh wow, 9.
Okay. Teddy?
Yeah, it's gonna be Olivia this time. I'm 86 over 70.
Okay. Olivia, as you walk, and you're walking out, you walk through the kitchen, and you notice, now that you're finally in that room, the true crime scene where everything went down.
Mm-hmm.
You see what looks like a visceral blood spatter, arterial blood spatter across the oak cabinets. You see the outline of a smaller female body that bled out on the floor, and strangely, you see what looks like baby footprints and
What?
Yeah, I remember hearing about these.
a medium-sized handprint and like a couple of like, the ridges, like the prints on your thumb in the blood. Like you're noticing, and then you notice a left, not a right, small, almost baby-sized footprint leading out the door.
What the frick?
Oh dear.
I will recall Olivia's internal monologue says.
And I
out
should
loud
say,
in
sorry to
reverb
cut you
camera.
off, I should say that they are covered by plastic cups, right? To like
Sure.
keep them from being disrupted. They're kind of cased with, and they're weird, they're like glass cups, right? So there's like a glass top so you can look down and see the actual footprint without
Sure.
contaminating it. Yeah.
All right.
Shoot! Who let this baby walk through a crime scene?
Well, I will remind you, Teddy, a few minutes ago we saw a crow with human fingers growing out from underneath its wings. So I have to imagine that one of these two had that happen to them, and those are the appendages that left these footprints. So perhaps when we go to the morgue, we'll have to find out which of these two was the worst answer, because clearly one of them had 2 left feet.
So dumb. I love it. I
Diana,
love
so
every
it is
second of
clear
it.
to me that
Stop
there is-
calling me Diana.
Okay, Olivia, there is going to be. It's clear to me that we gonna have to do some separating and what's that word?
Mutating.
No. Don't matter. We're
Investigating.
gonna have to go in different directions. So I know someone needs to go to the morgue. I would really love to go into the woods try and find that plane. So maybe we should get our heads all back together, us team, and try and delineate who goes in what direction.
I'm sorry for losing my temper.
No, you earned it.
I will also say, as your friendly handler, you guys have not looked into Greaves at all.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Okay, great. Everybody,
around the house.
I throw the flaps open. Did somebody say look into Greaves at all? But actually though, before I enter into the investigation,
Yes.
Ned, what do you think has been my briefing so far?
Cut to. We see you, Sophie, on a plane, right? And unlike most people that arrived via Delta or whatever, you're on a private jet, and it's flying. And we see this jet flying, and we cut to the interior, and you're on your laptop, and you're doing work on the laptop, and you hear a and there's like a satellite phone on the plane, and it's ringing.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Kaplan.
Are you enjoying the flight?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Good. Normally I'd put you on first class commercial, but I have a bad feeling about this.
What do you mean?
In my 30 years of work, most of these cases, when they occur, are phenomena. They are somebody stumbling upon something they shouldn't have. This seems planned.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems like somebody wanted to take out the trash.
What feels different?
It's speed.
Speed of spread? Speed of numbers?
Yeah, everything. It's speed of movement, the amount of deaths, the locations being so far spread apart. There's just too much going on. And I think that there's more pieces on this chessboard than we can see right now.
Organizational? How do you think the information is getting around?
That's what I'm thinking, but I can't say any more on this line.
Uh-huh.
Listen, when you land, maybe do some digging into these people and why they're dead.
Well, yeah, that's the plan.
I don't know anything about this Tybalt Greaves from what I'm seeing, but
Greaves. Who called him in?
Roberta Kane. She's our CDC operative on the ground.
She
tipped it
found
off.
him?
Yeah, she was part of the CDC team when they called it in. I mean, the person that found him was, well, if you want to be specific, the Seattle Times delivery driver Ernesto Torres, he found the body as he was driving around in the morning. And the police officers came at about 6:01 a.m. Michael Grant, Jeffrey Daly, those are their names.
All of them cleared.
Yes. But Roberta was the one that came and called it into me. And I'm the one that set this in motion.
And you want to know more about Greaves?
It just doesn't make sense, Sophie.
What's weird? Is it a why him?
It's more so what is this 60-year-old man doing with a full-size laboratory in his garage?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
All
also, why is he so quiet? If he's got the money to build something like that in his garage, why isn't he
he flashing it around?
Yeah.
All right.
Keep me posted.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And so,
What am I? Oh, never mind. I just traveled through time.
and then we have these really cool like A24 cuts of like the plane landing, her like clocking through the airport, grabbing a cup of coffee, getting in an Uber, getting in a taxi cab, driving up, getting
Sugar-free
to the
Red Bull.
Yeah, right. Getting to the Navy outpost, the Navy putting her in an NCIS car and driving out to the location.
Yep. And it through time as she has just like thrown the flaps open and has moved into the room but proper in this tent. Can I see Olivia and Teddy from here, or are they in another space?
I think you hear their commotion in the other room, in the portion of the house that's the kitchen, but you can beeline to them. You're cleared now to move.
Yeah, I won't
you hear the sound
beeline
of
to
breaking
them.
glass,
Yeah.
and God damn it, Teddy.
I will hear that
Hard Butterfingers.
and not go over there. And so we are in Greaves's house.
Yeah. This was his house.
Okay, they are where? How many stories of the house?
So it's a.
One floor.
That's a great question. Let me make sure I give you the exact right information. Hold on.
Only if
please.
it's interesting.
Portman on the phone said, "How did he have so much money?" And
Only
answered,
one
the narrator,
story in his house.
And the narrator says, the narrator said he had so much money because it was 2006 and he had any job.
Any job.
Oh man,
The
we didn't
house
know how good
fully
we
paid
had it.
off. The
Ain't that the
computer's
fucking
state
truth?
of the art.
He bought that house for $50,000, a can of Red Bull, and a handshake.
Can you fucking imagine? Oh my god.
And he invested in Amazon.
The big tentpole, like cultural tent. The Simpsons is the cultural tentpole in many ways, but
Sure.
one of the most prominent ones is that Homer Simpson is meant to be a schlub, right? He's meant to be like a dead end job, like
But he works at a nuclear power plant and it's a single income family home and he owns
shitty
it.
job and a shitty life.
Yeah.
But he owns a home and supports a family on just one income.
Yeah.
And so that tells you a lot about the state of America today.
Sure does. Sophie, it is a Rambler. It's a one level. It's a single level home, 4-bedroom, 2
Okay.
baths, and then the garage that has been converted into this thing.
Okay. And when I walk in, am I in sort of like the
foyer.
Yeah,
you're in the-
okay.
There's an oak mirror next to it looks like cigarette stained wallpaper of like flowers and rods going up and down the walls.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I can hear they're in the lab. I can hear Olivia and Teddy in the lab.
Well, they've moved to the kitchen now. Yeah, they're in
okay.
the other room. Yep.
I'm not going to announce myself yet. I'm going to put my bags down at the base of the stairs, sort of blocking the stairs, so that if somebody is about to come up the stairs, I will hear them move my bags. And then I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to start looking around for an office or a computer.
Sorry, I want to stop you before you get too far ahead. No stairs, one level floor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right?
I just made that up.
It's all good. But there,
okay.
if you want to look for an office like around, you totally can. Yeah.
I'm gonna put my bags down then in this foyer area, like by the door. How many pairs of shoes are deposited at the door?
Oh, that's a great fucking question. You see 2 sets of shoes, and one of them is very nice, like Birkenstock sandals, leather Birkenstock sandals. And then the other one, the other pair are Gucci shoes.
I like whistle to myself when I see the Gucci shoes.
Yeah.
I look and see what size they are.
What size are you?
7.
Oh, fuck, where are my dice?
You're
You can squeeze into them if you want them.
Roll 3d4.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, but I like whistle to myself. And then I'm gonna go away from the sound of Olivia and Teddy's voices, and I'm gonna go peek in my head in rooms. Did anybody already do this when I wasn't on stream last week? Like go through computers? Okay.
I've been trying to do it this whole episode, but
Oh, Olivia.
well, no, I think here I'm thinking like, oh man, you're like checking the shoes. Here I was asking what kind of beer he drinks. Stupid.
They're a size 9.
Shit.
They're a little big.
All right. Yep. I look down at that, and then I drop off my bags at the door, and then listening, sort of move away because I think that Soph likes to be a solo operator.
Give me an alertness roll, Soph.
Okay.
You hear a can of beer crack, and it's David with his outfit off, and he's just chugging a beer from the fridge. I'm just kidding.
Damn it, Dave. That is a 37 under 70.
Okay. You notice that there are pictures on the walls of Greaves and Amanda, his living home girlfriend. And they seem really happy.
And they are both dead. They are both Jolly Ranchers.
They're both dead. No, they're not both Jolly Ranchers.
Okay.
One of them's a Jolly Rancher. Greaves is Jolly Rancher.
Greaves is a Jolly Rancher. What's the state of the girlfriend?
In the morgue.
Dead in the morgue.
Not a Jolly Rancher.
Not Jolly Rancher.
Morgues, famously, not places that have a lot of sunlight in them.
Okay. Gee whiz, catching up on an investigation is stressful.
You notice the big kind of turn for you, Sophie, is noticing that Greaves looks like 58, 60. His girlfriend is 29.
What the fuck? I say as I look at one of these photos. It's like one of them at the beach where he has like a t-shirt on the beach and she is in a bikini.
She's in like a Brazilian bikini, like ass out, like showing it all.
Cheeked up on a Tuesday afternoon.
On a Thursday after hella ass.
Hella ass.
Sun's still out. Yeah.
I'm gonna take
It was not
that.
fashionable in 2006, so she was going for it.
I take it off the wall. I flick open the back. I take the picture out and I just toss the empty frame onto the side table that has a dead bouquet on it. And I just take the photo with me. And then I'm going down the hall, poking my head in rooms, looking for a computer.
You notice on the back it says St. James, 2003. After 3 shots of tequila.
What the fuck? Okay. All right. Do you want to cut back over to somebody while I go searching for a computer?
Sure, absolutely. We cut back to Kaplan, who is chugging a beer in the kitchen out of the fridge.
He tries to. He just he forgets to take off his hazmat and it just pours down the front.
Yeah.
So I think Teddy will come in and be whoa. Kaplan, I listen. I can't blame you. We've seen some shit today already, but looks like what time is it? Handler, what time is it?
Ned,
what time is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. What time is it?
He was looking up Brazilian bikinis on the internet.
Centerfold. Yeah. No. It is. I'm gonna say it's like 12. It's like almost 1 o'clock. It's like 12:35 p.m.
Little afternoon delight there, Kaplan. You feeling okay? I mean, we're kind of on the job, ain't we?
Yeah. A job and a family reunion.
What you mean?
That's my daughter that just walked in.
No shit. Who?
Yeah. Why don't you go talk to her?
That's little Sophie. Shit, Captain, you must be so excited. Your daughter out on an adventure together. That's like in all the old tales, fairy tales and shit. Dad and daughter go out and fight a dragon. That must be so exciting for you.
Yeah. Let's just say she's probably not too thrilled to see me here.
Well, why wouldn't she be? You're her papa.
Yeah, that's true. And there's a lot more that comes with that role that let's just say I fucked up.
Oh. I sense I have stepped into a bit of a bundle of garter snakes here, Kaplan. I didn't mean to dredge up old wounds for you, but I mean, hey, if things been so bad ways past, that means they can only go one direction, don't it?
Well, that's true. Teddy, she's smart. There's no one else I'd really rather want helping us, but I'm not going to get anywhere here. You go talk to her.
Oh, Kaplan. Smart, talented, hard-working. She must be your daughter.
She's got a lot of something I don't.
Kaplan, I imagine you've been down your roads, and I ain't gonna try and get you to turn over what's been eating you up all them years, but listen, as someone who lived in a bunker for 16 years, you don't miss nothing like family. I don't know. It's not really my place to say. But I should go introduce myself.
Yeah.
In this crime scene. Okay, here I go.
I should also say, Olivia, you wanted to use you wanted to test the blood sample, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that the centrifuge has been spinning as I'm doing all this, and maybe I'll check back.
Cool. Yeah, so you popped it in the lab, and you're letting it do its thing.
Sure. Science is happening somewhere.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, so there's that. I want to check back on that. I also want to continue building my profile on this guy and really just getting something pinged for me. I'm trying to dig into the nature of their relationship.
Okay.
Attractive younger woman, older man with scientific secrets. It sounds like potentially the kind of situation that Olivia used to get herself into.
Sounds like she's got some experience in this.
Sounds like it. Sounds like she might recognize some of the tricks that this woman had up her sleeve.
Okay.
Or her stocking.
Do you talk to me? You want to find a computer? What do you want to do to look into him?
I think Olivia's not the best with computers. I'll remind everyone that she is not Diana. But she'll yeah, so she'll go she just wants to get an idea of who this guy was. She has spent her time around a lot of men, and she's very good at just very quickly building a profile and just knowing on site whether a man would prefer her to be in a red dress or a blue one, lipstick or no lipstick, that sort of. She breaks her marks down into a couple of categories, and she just wants to know which one this guy was in.
Okay. Sounds like you're looking around the house.
Yeah.
Okay. You start walking toward the rooms.
How clean is it? Like,
it's actually pretty clean. The house is pretty clean, which you could probably deduce is because somebody was doing the cleaning, and it probably wasn't Tybalt. Is my hint. As you start walking toward the rooms, you bump into Sophie.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hey.
Who are you?
Agent Sophie Kaplan. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So would I have been tipped off that one more person was going to be joining us?
No.
Yeah.
This is all kind of shocker. Yeah.
I think this is happening as I'm sitting down at a desk, like in front of a computer that's turned off, and then you come in the room, and I'm sort of like turning around from the chair.
Sure. So I think, Olivia's first assumption will be that this person is not Delta Green. But she sees her, she's sort of like seeing her through a hazmat mask, and I think she'll walk up and just, pretending to be a run-of-the-mill investigator, just go, "Oh, I'm Olivia. Nice to meet you. What organization are you joining us from, Miss?" And then she gets a good look at her. And she gets a good look at her face. And then you say Kaplan. Ah.
Yeah. NCIS. And also the thing that you're thinking.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I was just gonna go fishing around on the computer, and then I just flashed the photo of the beach photo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is fucked up.
Very.
Yeah.
Yes. Good instincts. Potentially very fucked up. Unless there was an ulterior motive behind it, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. So
from her and or his?
My first instinct would tell me her, but that's perhaps a bit of a biased opinion based on some professional history. Why don't you stick to the computer here? Computers were never my forte. I'll look around at other aspects of this gentleman's life.
All right.
I'll start with the wardrobe. She's gonna look through his clothes.
Cool. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try and I want to go through his email and his MySpace.
Yes.
I want to know
his top 8 friends.
Yeah.
I fucking want to know if he has top friends. What is the song that's playing on the MySpace? I want to know about the MySpace, and then in the email, I want to search the date that he died and see if there were any plans.
Let's find out how he and this woman met. What was I just gonna say? So as you're doing that, Olivia is just sort of over her shoulder being like, "So did you I'm forgive me, I don't think David ever mentioned that he had a daughter."
Oh, did he not? Did he really not?
Did he not? I can't remember him mentioning he had a daughter. I don't think he talked about
I probably wouldn't have talked about it much.
I mean,
not on job.
I think Olivia will sense some he didn't and be like, well, don't be offended. He didn't really talk about any of his family that much.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
It's sort of the nature of the position that one wants to keep their personal life close to the chest. I'm sure you understand.
So you type in www.myspace.com, enter, and you type in Tybalt Greaves, enter. No user found.
Mm-hmm. What about the girlfriend?
You go to MySpace and type in Amanda Griffin, enter, and her page is bubblegum lipstick. Britney Spears is playing in the background. It's pictures of her in Barbados, and she's standing there in bikinis, and it says hustling for life with a emoji, like not emoji, but like how you used to use like the characteristics on the keyboard to make like that face, like that's
Back when we
what
called them
it's showing.
emoticons.
Yeah, sorry, the emoticons.
I bet she less than threes a few people.
And you see in a lot of her pictures is Sybil Greaves, and he's standing next to her, and they look really happy together.
I'm going to do something that I still do to this day, which is scroll back until he's not there anymore. I want to know like exactly how long the relationship has been. And if it was like a hard launch and all of a sudden they were in all of these photos together, or if it seemed like there was a photo at an event, like they met naturally. I want to know the origins of the relationship.
You see that it goes all the way back. It stops having him in pictures in 2001.
Oh.
So 6 years. And you see that suddenly there's not a lot of like glam before that. In fact, it looks kind of rough.
What was she trying to do? What was she like? What were her dreams?
Well, you see a couple of pictures at her at what looks like a club called the Moonlight Glow. And it doesn't take much of a distinction to find out that this is a strip club and that she is working there. So you see her, kind of in these pictures, she's standing out front, or she's like next to the pole after hours, kind of posing with it or whatnot. And then jump to 2001, you see a picture of her in kind of scantily clad clothing, but at like an okay restaurant, like a Denny's, and he's with her, and he's not touching her. He's just kind of standing and smiling, like he's being respectful. And then it progresses on from there.
Okay.
And you see a gradual progression of like an older man that is catering and giving what she needs to her, and like you see her and she's standing out front of like a new car, and it's not like fancy, but it's like a new car. And then it shows her, and she's like ice skating with him at like the local ice rink, and like it shows like the progression of a pretty steady relationship. That's what you see on her MySpace page. Okay.
I want to bebop over to what
we cut over to Olivia. Olivia, you walk into his room, and it is pristine, neat, like Howard Hughes Aviator neat.
Okay.
The sheets are pressed and wrapped on the bed. It almost looks like he doesn't sleep in it. He does, but he takes great care for it to look perfect. He's very, very precise with what he does.
Sure.
You see all of his shoes are in line. They're all Brooks Brothers and all very, very nice business shoes. You see slacks of Burberry and just very, very high-end clothing in his drawers. You see a chest with like a mirror in front of it, and sitting on the chest is a Rolex watch and several pieces of like just high-end jewelry is what you will notice.
All right. Very neat. Wealthy, but not ostentatiously so. Any documents, passport, bank statements, filing cabinet?
Yep. So you kind of dig through some of these drawers and stuff, and you pull one drawer open, and it has a file in it. And you're like looking through the files, and you see that these files are patents in his name.
Most likely the source of his wealth. A non-nutritional cereal varnish? It's not osmocizing.
The top one that you find, and it's actually, you know what? Actually, as you go through, it is in a file, like a manila envelope that's been stapled shut. but you pull the staples out.
Yeah, she'll very
loosely.
meticulously. Like, oh, I just got a manicure, but she'll like.
Yeah, and you sort of take them out. You see that it is a fast and cheap. It is a patent for a fast and cheap blood typing process called anti-ABD.
Ooh.
And executed lucrative licensing agreements with several large biopharmaceutical firms with said patent.
Mm-hmm. Theranos, Argella says in the chat.
Yeah. You literally see at the back of that file a copy, like a photocopied check for $10 million.
Pays to be boring. All right. And yeah, she'll just like, I don't know, tuck that. I guess she'll probably like, she probably doesn't need to tuck. Maybe she'll like take some photos or something, just to keep an eye on like patent numbers and stuff, just in case that becomes important later. But okay, I think. All right. Well, the chemist, it turns out, was indeed a chemist.
We cut back to Sophie. You want to do a Google search, Sophie?
Now from the information that I'm osmosing from what's going on in the other room, yes, I absolutely want to do a Google search, and I want to know if I can get into his, like, if his email is still accessible on this computer, like anybody that he was communicating with about this, intimate details of this, anybody else he was working with on this.
Yeah. So you check through his email, and it is rather scarce. However,
anybody he was confiding in.
You do see an email. Sorry, give me 1 second. I have to find it. You see an email between him and an Aaron Silverman from a DC law firm, Marcus Silverman and Green.
Okay. Can I deduce the nature of the legal proceedings?
Sure. You look at the law, you look at it, and it essentially says, "Hello, Tybalt. As per your request, as our usual correspondence, you will see below the transfer of funds to Potentia Holdings LLC has been initiated."
Potentia?
Yep, Potentia Holdings LLC.
I'm gonna go to the broad Google search now. I want to know, like, was this public knowledge? Like, was he famous for this shit? Like,
okay, you type in Tybalt Greaves.
Yeah, like Tybalt Greaves, like Potentia Holdings LLC, blood typing, like he's a millionaire.
You see, when you type that in, it pulls up, like, not a wiki, but it pulls up like information about this blood typing process called anti-ABD. And it shows that the patent was issued and that he had licensing agreements with several biopharmaceutical firms that generated approximately $10 million in total. And that was in the first 5 years that he had it. It then shows that it was sold to Merrick for exclusive rights in 2005 for a lump sum payment of $18.8 million.
Gee whiz.
Nowadays, we have that thing where, like, you type in somebody famous and it'll say net worth next to them and it'll show you the money. Imagine that he has that. It says $21.8 million is what his net worth was at his time of death.
I don't know anything about money.
To get any more information about him, you'd have to look in more secure databases, if that makes sense. IRS, FBI. You'd have to go a little deeper. You'd have to look other than the World Wide Web.
Okay, then let's go into IRS. Like,
Great.
I'm sort of like looking around this like somewhat unassuming house that I'm in, and I'm like, how was all of this? What was going down?
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know
muted.
anything about the IRS though, so you have to tell me all the cool things that I'm supposed to be looking into.
Yeah. Trevor, are you muted, buddy? Can you?
Yes.
Okay, according to Argella, Argella says 21.8 million net worth in 2006 would be approximately 35 million, like almost
707,000. Yeah.
million.
Nice, that's all profit.
Yeah. It's Abster Pointer says, time to call DAF.
Yeah.
What she's looking into.
Yeah. What you guys looking into? Great. Sophie.
Yeah, Olivia will poke her head into the room where Sophie is. Hey, did you find anything out about the girlfriend?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all right. So Amanda Griffin, former midnight ballerina. The
Nice.
6-year relationship looks like it developed.
Inspiration for that line.
Really?
Yeah.
Much deserved.
Former midnight ballerina. Amazing.
Looks like they started, according to MySpace, it looks like they started hanging out about 6 years ago while she was on the job, and he set her up with a real nice life.
Huh. Olivia will flash back. When did those patents start rolling in?
Good question. You notice that the patents start in like 98, 99.
Okay.
And that the sale of everything happened in 2005, but in 2001, he executed the one that made him all the money, the fast blood typing one. He had a bunch of littler ones that were like a little bit of money, but that one really set him for life.
So she, okay, so I think he had already proven pretty proficient at making money back then, so she wasn't a gambler. Should we, you want to meet her?
Sure.
She's
Yeah.
downtown.
Yeah, let's go.
So you pull up the IRS documents on you pull out your like quick laptop, right? Like your like on the road laptop. And you access the IRS database and you look in, and what you find is the government documents and his IRS records reveal surprisingly little, but they do reveal a good amount. A retired geneticist born in Ithaca, New York. He was 60 years old at the time of his death. Greaves earned a doctorate in molecular biology, genetics, and biochemistry at Northwestern University. Not to be confused with Northwest-Eastern University of West Virginia, South Campus.
Importantly.
He was recruited out of a teaching and research position in Northwestern University's genetics program in 1985 by Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA.
DARPA.
Yep.
What's the D?
Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency.
Have I ever heard of that?
You know that it's a government agency that deals with a lot of like research in biopharmaceutical stuff. They kind of release some stuff at times to the CDC.
Is that a real thing?
It is.
DARPA?
I actually was just listening to a podcast about them. They sponsored a competition to get a bunch of teams to try to get driverless cars to drive across the desert. This was back around this time, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Okay, so he's recruited from a teaching position in biochem at Northwestern in 1985 to DARPA.
Yep. And then it says Greaves worked for DARPA from 1985 to 2001. His listed location of operations was Mount Weather, Virginia, a well-known continuity of government site with extensive FEMA facilities and research laboratories. So pretty kosher for what DARPA was doing. That would have been one of their sites. Greaves's home address and details of his employer in that period have been suspiciously erased.
His home address and his employer at that time.
Mm-hmm. And like if you like go and you're like you see that and you're like, oh wait a minute, and then you go to like the CIS database and you type in the same thing, redacted. You go to the FBI database, redacted. You go to Homeland Security, which is around now. You go to Homeland Security, you type it in, redacted. That information's redacted.
That's what you keep hearing, Olivia. You just keep hearing and like click
Ah.
And then it says, after 2001, Greaves, apparently with his expenditures on his IRS records, did little beyond manage his money, buying the affection of strippers, porn stars, and prostitutes. But in this time period, he began to see Amanda Griffin, a stripper at that time, the Rose's Gentlemen's Club.
Rose's Gentlemen's Club.
What a cool guy.
I know. How Delta Green was so written by boys.
Give a man $1 million. Yeah, Olivia's like sort of reading over your shoulder and just says, give a man $1 million. It starts a timer until he spends it on his dick.
Yeah. Oiga vault. All right.
And then you see that in 2002, they became like, you see that he starts reporting her on his taxes. He starts filing joint.
They ever get married?
Nope. Not married. But you do see that, like, he does start taking care of her. He does start claiming her on his taxes. It becomes a move-in situation after about a year.
Did he do that if it's in the report that there were many like strippers and sex workers? Anybody else he spent this much time with? Anybody else he went this far down the road with?
No.
Okay.
What you're deducing is that with that much money at his age, it seems like he was pretty lost. And then he found somebody who he did connect with in some way, shape, or form, and he started to try to make the best of it later in his life. Mm-hmm. You notice that the expenditures on the IRS forms start to go down as he's been with her. They start to be very itemized. They start to be very specific as to her, as opposed to like private jets, 6 cases of champagne, right? Like all the big major expenditures start to narrow down to just being with one person.
Yeah, I want to go see her. And then I feel like I feel like I'm scrolling through this and it's just like it's like a great research montage where it's just her name like
yeah.
And then I like
you can look into her too if you want.
Yeah,
I think I want to
go. I would want to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I would want to know like what, aside from the Gucci pumps, what sort of footprint she has in this house.
Yeah.
Like because based on the bedroom, it looked like she doesn't live here, but maybe there is evidence of her habitation elsewhere.
Did you check her bedroom?
Well, I didn't assume that they would have separate bedrooms, but I suppose I will.
Apparently.
Do you want to go check her bedroom?
Yeah, while we're here.
Great. So you walk into her bedroom and it is not as neat as his, but it is glammed out. The bed has, faux mink rugs throws on it. It's got big poofy pillows. It looks comfy as all holy hell. And you notice that you pull the dresser drawer open and it is filled with nothing but designer clothing. Mm-hmm. It's filled with nothing but Yves Saint Laurent, Louis Vuitton. It's filled with Gucci, Hermes. I mean, it is filled to the brim with everything that you can see. You open the slider, like the built-ins, and you see hanging dresses that are just, just so much money goes into these clothings, these designer clothings. Heels upon heels upon heels upon shoes upon shoes upon boots upon heels upon shoes. Yeah.
So if Olivia walks into
a bag for every day of the week. Yeah, go ahead.
If Olivia walks into like a Chanel brick and mortar, she knows like, okay, everything in here is expensive, but that is classy. That's gaudy. Classy, gaudy, classy, gaudy. Is this the gaudy stuff?
This is a little bit of both. There's a little bit of like heavy gaudy stuff that you're like, okay, maybe that was for a night on the town. And then you see like, there's some really elegant things in here that perhaps were for date night. Perhaps they were for,
perhaps there was an evolution in taste over 6 years.
I was just going to ask, is the classy stuff seem newer?
It does.
It does.
Good question. Yes, the classy stuff definitely looks newer. Yes.
See, you can buy taste.
Subtle pumps instead of like subtle pumps instead of like a 6-inch heel, right? Like, or a 6-inch stiletto. You start to see differences in like clothing as it kind of goes. And you'll notice that like the ones that are kind of pushed to the back is the gaudy stuff.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
She did learn that you don't need a gigantic pair of intertwined C's for someone with a discerning eye to know that this is Chanel. And yeah, so she has a very good idea of what's going on here. But interesting that they were sleeping in separate rooms. Did either of the rooms have like birth control, prophylactics of any sort in them?
That's a good question. Can you give me an alertness roll?
Hell yeah.
The chat as well as your players, Ned, long to pee.
Oh my God, we're like there. We're there.
We long
I'm so
to
sorry.
pee.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
Kay almost had a great cliffhanger line, but then I forgot it.
Okay.
Well,
it was can't buy. Yeah, it turns out you can buy it.
Turns out you can buy taste.
Turns out you can buy taste.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler,
Go and pee again.
I know you just got back from your pee break time. We're gonna give everybody a pee break because I have been rambling with all of the information that we've been dumping this episode.
Yeah.
Research montage.
Speaking of dumps, go take one if you need to.
But first, a giveaway.
Oh, Campbell, you caught me off guard. Go ahead.
Giveaway. Trevi, will you please reveal the Modern Artifice dice of the evening?
Oh boy, would I ever be happy to.
This is a lime green, which feels very Delta Green Season 1 acrylic set
Look
from
how nice.
Modern Artifice.
Those.
A little like gold fleck
Season 1.
inside.
Look at that.
Yes, Season 1.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, thank you.
Drill a hole in my hard drive.
The drill a hole in our hard drive dice. For this one, it is not to Instagram you will go. It is to YouTube, where lives the first VOD, the VOD, of our first episode of Goon Files Season 3 Operation Viscid.
Yeah.
That is, you can look us up, Critical Veil DM and the Goons on YouTube. Go to the most recent, our Goon Files Season 3 Operation Viscid upload, the VOD of last week's episode. And please comment on it that if you had a sugar daddy providing you with unlimited closet space and a multi-million-dollar budget, what is the first extravagant thing that you would buy for yourself?
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, friends, go take a pee, refresh your drinks, go to the bathroom. We'll see you back here in 5. Bye.
Bye.
Chat, has this ever happened to you? You ever been enjoying a nice saltine cracker? And suddenly your Twitch stream gets raided.
And suddenly...
And the rest of your friends are like, we're getting raided, we gotta get back in. And you're like, this is the driest cracker in the world.
I could not have shoved a drier, saltier item in my
There's not enough
gob.
saliva in all of New Jersey to melt this fucking thing.
Charmed Fantasy, thank you. It says smells like up dog in here. What's up
That's
dog?
Up dog.
And then Abster Pointo says listening to the 1812 overture. It's been stuck in my head.
There you
It'll
go.
never
Shout
leave.
out to the end of the Stradcast. All right, everybody who is with us, 25 in the chat. Hi.
Hello.
Hello all. For
I-
all who are listening, tomorrow night, Tuesday, April 21st, we are recording the final episode of the Strodcast.
Once more under the breach, dear
I've
friends.
already cried. I cried today.
It just doesn't
You're gonna
quite
make
feel
me
real.
cry.
I
don't get
scheduled
it.
therapy for tomorrow, you guys. I have a therapy session
Smart.
before we record.
That's
Good,
smart.
you're gonna need
It's just another session.
Should I retire the
like
Kaz
any other session. Like any other session.
Trevor is desperately trying to make me calm the fuck down.
I could never retire the Kaz die. I ate saltines just the other night because I made some ceviche, and ceviche is best served with saltines.
You
in my
freaking
opinion.
made ceviche?
Hell yeah, I did.
Gee whiz.
Cake can do anything.
Bitch, I'm
Gee
Latina. Of
whiz.
course I made ceviche.
Yes, ma'am. Haster the Ghost says, how many episodes have you guys done? The last one was 126.
126. Yep.
And
Is
then
that
as
right?
far as sessions, it's probably like,
We're pushing 100 sessions. Not
Gee
quite. We will. Yeah,
whiz.
I think tomorrow will be like our 97th session. I think.
gee
All right, Trev, you got
whiz.
3 more sessions to make this go.
Yeah, let's actually let's make tomorrow a 5-footer. Let's make tomorrow a 5-footer and just like talk about our feelings.
Let's really drag this dead horse through the desert.
Yeah.
It's
We're
time.
sort of
It's
like-
time. It's time.
I know,
It's
we're
time.
ready.
It's time. It's time.
Well, I think we can get all of our epiloguing done tomorrow in time to still take Trevor out and get Trevor a little schwasty for putting on this
Damn
beautiful show for
shit-faced.
us.
Oh, done.
We
Also-
don't even have to go out.
One-E.
Also,
I've already
good
purchased
gracious.
things.
Bork.
Koopa
speaking of
Orc,
a party.
thank
You
you.
sweet, beautiful thing, you.
What? Koopa Orc?
huge.
You sweet,
5
beautiful.
times 5 gifted subs. Hype, 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 hype. Oh shit, what is that one? Sometimes I just hit a lot of buttons, and so this one is hype, 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 hype. Bingo, 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 bingo. With
I
Leon.
like it.
I like it. It's perfect. Don't change a
Great,
thing.
yeah, cool.
Bingo,
Awesome.
bingo.
Bingo. As we are coming back in, I have an announcement to make. And
Do
that
it,
is
Campbell.
that we
Do
have a
it.
winner of these modern artifice resin. Are they sharp edge, Trevor? These
They
resin
seem pretty
dice?
sharp to me.
Sharp edge, lime green, resin dice, harkening back to Goon Files Season 1.
Sharp enough to cut a lime.
And that winner gave us the simplest answer and the most pure, which is first thing I would get is a cow.
Aw, a cow.
That's a good pick, actually.
First thing I would get is a
Matt, why
cow.
are you still eating saltines? Not anymore. Are you?
Everything sounds fine to me.
Like, shit.
I have.
I can't actually hear this.
Yeah.
Uh, wow. Yeah, I hear it too.
Mm-hmm.
Before we stop the stream, are you seeing anything like dropped frames or network warnings anywhere?
No.
No.
Drop
okay.
frames 0%.
Okay, I can hear it back now. I can hear the stream back.
Oh, can you?
now.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Stay on.
I think it's fixing itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a Twitch thing. I think you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think it was a Twitch thing. All of our stuff was normal. It's just Twitch throwing some wrenches into some gears.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We back, y'all? Can y'all hear us okay now?
Are we hearable? Just
Sync is weird. Folks out there.
GF.
Yeah, folks out there, try refreshing the stream, refreshing your Twitch, whatever page is open to Twitch, or close the app and open it up again if you're on mobile. It seems like, yeah, because Ned was not seeing any dropped frames on the CPU. CPU he wouldn't be having CPU overload.
Yeah, it would be saying drop frames like 15%, 12%, something like that if we weren't.
Well, all right, we back on this train.
We're back on a train. Okay, so wait, going back, if you're out there in chat, Emma Palia 1682, calling all Emma Palia 1682s, you are the winner of the giveaway. Please sound off in the chat if you didn't hear that before. Creme de la M, that's you!
Yay!
Creme de la M! Creme de la M, if you do not mind, would you drop your Insta handle in the chat, and then I will grab it and I will reach out to you this week?
That would be lovely.
You can also drop it on the Discord if you are on the Discord, or you can email us at criticalfail@gmail.com.
And then I will pick up both sets of
dice.
dice, and I will, with my wings, fly them to you.
Fly them to the people.
I will
We
bring
are
them
back.
directly to you.
All right, Ned, we have less than 1 hour to get a wiggle on.
We're gonna fly in here. Here we
Let's
go.
get a wiggle on it.
Sophie, you just did a bunch of deep diving into Greaves, and the top things that you found after deducing this were he had a strange stint with DARPA that there's like no other information about except for the fact that he worked for them, and that he made a massive amount of money and was still doing genetics though on the side.
Okay.
That's what
okay.
you found. That is a little like, what's going on here?
So what's the
Also-
deal with DARPA, and why was he still digging if he didn't need to?
And what was he working on? What was
Okay.
this thing that he was working on that got him killed? You also know that the girlfriend doesn't seem like that big of an issue. Yes, she was there and there was some information about her suddenly appearing and she's in his life and stuff, but the money trail is pretty solid as to what he was spending on her. She was living in the home. She's dead now. There might be some more evidence on her body, but you'd have to go to the morgue to figure that out.
Yes,
Okay.
importantly, she is she is still solid.
Yes, she
Yeah.
did not get Jolly Ranchered. Okay, and so then I think my next move is I'm gonna go to the morgue with Olivia.
Okay, cool. So you guys head out of the room and you guys run back into Teddy and David.
So I think on our way out, Olivia will turn to Sophie and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry if I'm being presumptuous. Do you want to go with your father?"
No.
Okay. And yeah, just internally she'll be like, "Message received. Let's go."
Yeah. What you's up to, boys?
Oh, well, hello there.
Boys.
I do not believe we have been properly introduced. My name is Theodore Booker. Nice to meet you.
Theodore. Nice to meet you, Sophie Kaplan.
I heard a lot about you. All pleasant things.
Yeah?
Your dad, well, he plumb never even shuts up about you.
Okay.
Old son of a gun, he got a soft exterior or he got a tough exterior like a durian, but inside he's just a bunch of warm boogers.
Yeah, can you name one nice thing he said?
Yes, I could, but it is, we're secret agents, so it's confidential.
I just look over at David for 1 second and then keep going with Olivia.
We're going to the morgue. We're gonna go take a look at. Was it Amanda? Is that her name? Amanda Greaves?
Griffin.
At
Yep.
the Griffin. At the.
Oh, okay, we doing splitsies? Okay, well, and then how about, Kaplan, what if you and me head out on into the woods, try and take a look over that down plane?
Yeah.
Well, so if you want to go do that, that's a plane flight to another state.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You can, but that plane crashed on the Idaho-Montana border.
All right, never mind then. We'll do something else.
No. I don't listen. Time out. I don't want to keep you guys from doing anything. That plane crashing is definitely a fucking issue.
That's an important place to be. Yeah, we should go look at it. But let's.
If you guys want to split off and do that now, that's fine. You.
But no, if it's another state away, we shouldn't split up to go there.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
let's keep in mind our sort of goals here. We have this. We're trying to keep it mundane, right? So we have like right now the site, like we can sort of judge this however we can to make it sort of seem like, I don't know, romantic murder suicide sort of situation, crime of passion, whatever, clean up and just spin the story. But then there's still the issue of this downed plane that we need to take care of. Olivia says, as I inadvertently slip into character.
There she is. All right, well, y'all head off. Let us know what you find.
What are you guys doing?
Well, I don't know. Is there anything else to be done around here?
You could talk with Regina and work out a story for the press, since they're chomping at the bit.
Do you want to entrust me to speak to the press?
You know what? Actually,
Yeah. I'll talk to Regina.
Okay.
Kaplan's on it. I'll be his backup. I'll be his wordsmith.
Okay.
The Cyrano to his guy that Cyrano helps hit on that girl.
Yeah, there's also, there's you guys would know this. There's also neighbors. There's also like other things that you can sort of investigate here, but it does make sense that you guys would want to go down to the morgue to check on this body.
Yeah.
Why don't we just stick together then?
Yeah, let's help Regina out however we can to get the crime scene cleaned up and get our story straight. I think the press loves a murder suicide. We'll just tell them it was a crime of passion.
Sales Inc. Very well. Off we go to the morgue.
To the morgue.
So you guys hop in the car and you drive down to the morgue, which is about a 15-minute drive, but you guys make it there in no time.
Nice awkward silence in the car.
Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like dead silent?
It's the three of us in the back. It's me between Sophie and David.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I'm sitting there
You
between
better
them
role
like,
play the fuck out of that right now.
Ay.
so, y'all ever been to Seattle before? You know, maybe going to the Space Needle as a sort of family quest?
No, we were pretty much a one vacation a year kind of family, and it was usually pretty nearby.
Oh, that's nice. Sometimes I would go on vacation with my uncle. He'd let me look at the periscope up through the top of the bunker. Now, what he did is he kind of put like some pieces of paper over the periscope lens so it looked like a flaming wasteland of hell and fire to convince me to stay in the bunker. But it was still fun.
I think at this moment, I actually do look over at David.
Yeah, and David leans forward. He's like, see? You can have that. And then he sits back.
He sits back. Oh man, that just reminded me of when you were tailing Daphne. You're like, I'm just gonna. Just keep going.
You guys arrive at the morgue. At the Snohomish County Medical Examiner's office, so to speak. And I think the guy, Dr. Lewis Stubbs, is waiting for you outside because he heard you were coming. They called it in. And you see he's got these round little spectacles. He's about 55. Got a little bit of a beer gut. Ah, hell, he just looks like me.
Like the guy who sold us our apartment in season 1, Ned. Who
His
loved wood.
name's Den.
Right. This guy's name is Den Ice. That's his name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Den
Yeah,
Ice.
The Iceman,
Sounds
they call him.
Dangerous.
Ice.
I'm kidding.
The
I'm
Ice
kidding.
Man coming.
His name is Dr. Lewis Stubbs.
Lewis Stubbs.
The Stub Man, they call him.
And he's waiting for it. And he goes, I heard y'all were coming.
Who told you?
Well, Roberta called it down to me. She sent me a wire. She rang the phone and told me you were coming. I guess you want to see the body.
Yes, that is what we are here for.
Nope, just here for the coffee.
Well, it's quite a spectacle.
Is it?
Oh, I hope y'all didn't eat any lunch. And he kind of turns around and like pushes open the doors and like jauntily kind of heads into the. Imagine the scientist from Independence Day. You know, the one that's like super excited about the aliens and then gets like fucking controlled
that
by
That
guy.
them.
scared
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
It scared the
did.
shit out of everybody, Campbell. You're not the only one. Every
God.
fucking, me included, every single child that saw that movie was scarred.
I never eat lunch. Lunch was invented by Hallmark to sell cards. And said he carries on down the hallway.
So you head on down the hallway and yeah, you head in to the morgue.
Seems fine.
Yep. Everything's fine. Not a damn thing's wrong. Anyway,
Standard run-of-the-mill morgue, not
next
at all
mission.
haunted.
you see on the slab, he walks over to one of the the trays and he pulls it out, and on the slab is a body that is missing from here all the way up to the arterial vein in the neck. It's missing the right part of her eye socket and her ear, and it is also missing like what looks like a really like fluid, not even like a bite mark or anything, but like a fluid amount of her same side hip and thigh.
This is all on one side.
All on one side, and you see that side, the skin is blue. Of all that stuff that is gone, you see the skin has turned actually a shade of blue.
Like the hard candy bodies were?
Yep.
Yeah.
And presumably the birds. Did I just flash back to the car while Olivia's looking over readouts from the centrifuge? Did I pick up anything unusual in the reading of the sample, or maybe would I get those results later, or I don't know how science works.
We flash back to
You
you.
teach us science, Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy, teach us science. We flash back
bones
to you
connected
in
to
the
the
centrifuge.
thigh bone.
Connected to the
Blue
hip
part.
bone. The blue part's connected to the.
As a
Finding the
part.
page. God damn it.
I'm a centrifuge. Wait, I'm a centrifuge.
Yeah, pretend to be a centrifuge, okay? You're a centrifuge. That's amazing that you just
My
did
parts are separating.
No.
that. 28. I need 29. Well, now I know what it's like for Trevor when he tells us to please hold for a moment.
Loading.
Loading.
If everyone wants to know, it's too long to say on stream, but if everyone wants to know my favorite joke about centrifugal force, just Google XKCD centrifugal force. It's an episode of it's a strip of a webcomic called XKCD that does ascend up to James Bond, and it's nerdy and fantastic. It's my favorite centrifugal force joke.
Yes.
Olivia, the sample that you took, that you see the centrifugal, you see it doing it, and the computer screen reads out the DNA matchup, and it shows one matchup for Corvus, right? It shows like bird DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also shows another DNA, human DNA.
Sure. Oh, this is from the bird. Right. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't look like bird fingers. When they sell you chicken fingers at a restaurant, fun fact, they are not actually fingers.
Yeah. If you wanted to run the fingerprints, you would have to do that here at the fingerprint that you got from that thumb. You would have to run that here.
Worth checking out. Did I just tuck a thumb into my pocket? No,
I think you had the DNA sample,
okay.
and you also you kind of maybe pressed the fingerprint while you were there.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep it at the. In fact, maybe I'll give that to Dr. Stubbs and sort of give him something to do. But hey, would you do me a favor? She'll turn on the charm a little bit.
Yes.
Well, since we're here, while we take a look at this, at the deceased, would you mind? I'm so sorry to ask, but would you mind terribly running this up to the lab and seeing if we can get a match on this fingerprint? We found it in the house. I just want to make sure it belonged to one of the two people who live there and not some other person of interest.
Oh, of course, yeah. And he takes the sheet and he starts kind of going up the stairs and goes to go run the fingerprint.
Great. So, now that we have the room, what do we think? Did this
Holy shit.
Did this body only Oh, Sophie, an important detail that I'm not sure you were clued in on. Greaves' body started to experience this sort of the rapid decomposition, but it seems like maybe sunlight was the triggering factor that made it turn to goo. So do we think maybe this body was only exposed to a small amount of sunlight for a short time? Maybe she was laying on the floor in the kitchen and the sun came through the window or something?
Were there two bodies found together?
They were not. Hers was in the kitchen. His was on the driveway in full view of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What? This has got to have something to do with whatever he was experimenting on.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw they was working on that very sample that we just put into that mashigity-doo. Yeah, he was working on one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Not
so
us. We're not dropping any
weird.
frames. We're not,
Yeah, I just refreshed my page
Yeah.
and I'm getting nothing from the stream audio.
They're saying it's back
I think
now.
it's back.
Okay.
I think we're
Yep.
back. So, yeah, that might happen
it's back.
periodically.
Just let us know when it does. And we'll...
Twitch is having a rough night. We'll
There's not really much we can do, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's
We'll
really
blast through. We'll get to the end here and
kind of out of our hands.
cap our night off, and hopefully it'll be. And hopefully next week it'll be. Twitch will have its business together. Here we go. So,
Here we go. Twitcheroni.
right?
Okay, so
So
what
he
the
was working with that sample that Olivia just ran. That sample that Olivia just ran, he was experimenting on it in one of them boxes with the rubber hands, and then the rubber got cut, and so he got exposed to it somehow, like how I accidentally took hardcore drugs that one time.
Oh.
And then that infected him, and then I think he infected her. The birds biting on his body, they got infected by him too, and so she's just caught up in this web with the other two researchers somehow.
What was he trying to do though? The blood typing thing is bullshit, and he already had his millions. But there was something about what he was working on that kept him going, even at this high of risk, even if he didn't need the money. What did he want?
I don't know. Whatever it was, yeah, it'd have to be worth a mighty big risk. You're right, Soph.
So give me an intelligence roll.
Oh, I love to roll. I roll a 40 under 60.
Noise.
You're thinking, why the fuck is this guy still working if he's got all this fucking money? And then you remember Potentia Holdings LLC.
For the love of the game.
Holdings LLC.
That stands out to you. That stands out like maybe I should be fucking further looking into that.
Potential holding. Okay, so a patent in Greaves' name, anti-ABD, blood typing. I found an email with an Aaron Silverman from a DC law firm, Marcus Silverman and Green,
Yep.
about a Potential Holdings LLC that sold in 2005 for $18 million.
Yes, $18 million is what his patent sold to Merrick for, right? What you're seeing now is that this Potential Holdings LLC is running the money through everything. It's what paid for the lab to be built. It's what paid for all of this stuff to kind of get done.
It's keeping him going. It's keeping him going, keeping him
It's
in
coming
business.
from like offshore accounts. It's issuing checks to the firms which installed the secret biolab equipment in Greaves's home.
I think the secret. Okay. Yeah. I think there's something like Sophie has these flashes of seeming like she's very new at the job, like flashes where she seems like a teenager and she's like, oh, and she just like squats down on the floor and pulls out her notepad and like starts writing something down about the Potential Holdings, and then like stands up and it's like, okay.
You onto something, Soph?
Yeah, there's somebody's bankroll in this whole situation, and I want to know why. Potential Holdings LLC. But I mean, while we're here, yikes.
Yikes is right. Potential Holdings, though.
So you think they was bankrolling this to try and find some, you know what it's like with
Some
these
fountain
mega
of youth
corporations.
or
They're always trying to make some super soldier serum or weapon of mass terror. You know, they're probably just funding this business to give them some kind of Lex Luthor-esque angle, right? So we got to find out more, I think.
I hear like weapons of terror, like and I just like look over at David for a second.
And
Yeah.
yeah, he's just kind of, he's got a little smirk on his face watching you do your thing, but he's staying out of it.
Oh, that's sad.
That is especially intriguing to Olivia, given that her career has taken a turn into corporate espionage. So I think she wants to do.
We may have some need of that, so we got to find out more.
She wants to do a little corporate espionaging.
So it looks like we got to look into this holding company. Somebody ask Jeeves where their headquarters is.
And you know what, Campbell, Olivia, fuck me.
Kay,
Sophie.
Diana.
Kay, Diana, Ned, Shadow, Aiden. What?
Winnie, Kaz.
Yeah. Sophie, you also realize, Jesus Christ himself. You also realize that that Greaves hired 2 local firms to build that lab in the garage. Right? A company called Thompson Specialty Construction handled the first round at a cost of, $80,000. That's not really that important. It's just kind of giving you some info here. The second round of construction by Monmouth Weather and Fitting cost about $100,000. And then Greaves hired a third, firm, Pacific Northwest HVAC, to install the complex kind of thing.
I'm not smart enough for Delta Green.
You know what?
Are. You got it.
It's. I think if
Mothma Construction.
Moth Tarkin. If Sophie shows any sort of discomfort on her face, Olivia will just sort of like playfully elbow her on the arm and just go, when in doubt, just follow the money. Whichever one of those was the most expensive is the one that we should dig into.
Okay.
You'll notice the last thing you'll see is that the attention, right? Like on this email, and the attention of all of these things is not directly to Greaves himself, but to Deneau, Belton, and Wells Detective Agency, which is in town.
A detective agency? Now, why is a detective agency getting involved in this?
Deneau, Belton,
and Wells.
Look at this already. Look at this. What am I supposed to do?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
What I'm supposed to do? Well, thank God for you, because I've taken no notes this session.
Oh my gosh!
We have a debrief after, before we have our next session where I kind of clarify.
Yes.
That's totally fine.
Episode 2 is always the info dump. We are dumping everywhere.
Okay.
Yes, but you'll see that there's this detective agency that was working on behalf of Greaves to connect with. There's a lot of like disconnect here. Like nobody's dealing directly with one person.
Yeah,
it's all kind of this
because
chain.
That would make the paper trail too easy to follow.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else we can get off of this poor girl's body?
It's up to you. The time is yours.
I mean,
you'll notice that she has not been autopsied yet.
Okay.
And with that, Dr. Lewis Stubbs kind of comes down the stairs, and he just goes, well, I don't know how to tell you this, but we have a match on the DNA.
Okay.
On the DNA from the bird?
Fingerprint.
From the fingerprint on the bird.
I didn't tell him. I did. Wait, is this guy on the take? Is he a
No, he's
guy?
not. I didn't.
Okay. He does.
But I don't know that. You didn't say that. I don't know that. You're right. We're working.
This is just the fingerprint we found on the scene.
So
I've got that thing you wanted, beautiful lady.
Yeah, I've got that thing you asked for.
Thank you. My hair's getting long. I was not expecting the ponytail to come around the other side.
The fingerprints come up as Lieutenant Daniel Uli.
Lieutenant Dan?
Lieutenant Dan!
Lieutenant Dan, but he ain't got no legs. No.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Luckily, this wasn't a toe print.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Lieutenant Daniel Uli, U-L-E-E, U.S. Air Force.
What?
Air Force?
What?
So somehow this Lieutenant Dan's DNA got into the mix.
And there's only one problem.
He's dead. He's been dead for 30 years. He never existed.
Every trope ever.
He's been dead for 30 years.
He was
Lieutenant Dan.
from his mother's womb.
It's Lieutenant Dan Palapane.
Your father.
Lieutenant Dan was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
The flaps fly open. Everybody else's dad walks in.
Yeah. Good call, Campbell. Uli died in 1992.
Yikes.
And he died in
Yikes.
1992, and his cause of death was mishap in training exercise, is what it's listed as.
What the
no.
frick?
Well, if he
boy.
died then, how'd he get mixed up in all our business here today?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Mishap in training exercise. 1992. 1992.
I
Why
will say,
would
if you
that-
want to double down on your understanding, by deducing what's in front of you, if the bird DNA has that, then what's to stop Amanda's DNA from also having that in there?
Yeah, that's just
Is
one.
Uli also in Amanda?
Excuse? That's a very personal question.
That is really.
How
Jeez.
dare I?
You can't find that on anybody's MySpace.
Wait, so what could that mean? So did he have it first then? Is he patient zero? This Lieutenant Dan?
Campbell, what's the name of that movie we liked? Annihilation.
I know, it's
I'm
very
getting shades of
annihilation.
Annihilation.
It's very annihilation. It's very like,
DNA
the
mixing together.
yes. So
Um,
something. How do you think this DNA is getting passed around? Like, is this part of the initial experiment? Did he need DNA? He's been working on this for decades.
Well, at the very least, it seems to transmit through physical contact. I can't say it doesn't seem like it. If it was transmitted just through the air, we'd all have it by now. Everyone who's been around would have it. But so far, it has only transferred by entities who have come into contact, either the two scientists or the birds.
Well, that's very correct. Your name is
My name is Theodore.
Theodore. Yes.
Theodore Booker.
Theodore, that's very correct. If it wasn't some way, shape, or form airborne, we would all be dead by now.
Stubbs,
It
I don't
must
mean to
be-
alarm you, but you were Southern a minute ago. What's happening to you, Stubbs? Lieutenant Dan was Southern.
A bunch of leaflets with the yellow sign on it.
Oh, Jesus. He explodes into a million Yellow Kings. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been such a long fucking week, and it's only Tuesday. It's only Monday.
I know, I'm so fucked up. Keep going. Pastor says, my God, his accent, his non-Euclidean accent.
Oh, wow, my-
whatever his
my-
fucking accent was. Jesus.
I'm 1/16th non-Euclidean.
You can't claim that.
fraction doesn't make any
Well, to
sense.
tell you a secret, my mother was non-Euclidean.
Okay. Did either Greaves or I keep forgetting his girlfriend's name.
Amanda Griffin.
Griffin. Greaves and Griffin. Did either Greaves or Griffin have any military background that we know of?
Well, no, I don't suppose. It doesn't look like Greaves had any well, he did work for DARPA,
Okay. Well,
but that's it.
DARPA.
And Griffin, absolutely not. She was a stripper in Seattle until she met him. Well, at least that's what her database says.
Recruited, he was teaching at Northwestern biochem. Greaves was, and was recruited by DARPA. What year was he recruited by DARPA?
Oh,
1985.
Yes. I don't know that. You know that.
I know that.
if you say so.
1985, he was recruited by DARPA. They
Right.
would have had access to military personnel.
Perhaps, but DNA samples? Well,
This guy died in a training mishap.
a stateside training mishap? I imagine it must have been. I would probably know if does that ping unusual? I don't know anything about the military. Do training mishaps usually happen stateside, or is that something that I don't know? I
If a
imagine
U.S.
by the
Air
time you're
Force,
deployed, you're already
if somebody
trained.
in the U.S. Air Force died in a training mishap, 9 times out of 10 it would be in an F-15 fighter jet. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's dying in the Air Force because of a training exercise, they had better been piloting an AC-130 plane and have like, something wrong must have occurred. For a U.S. airman to have a training mishap and it's all redacted, like it's not like public knowledge.
I want to know if there are more. I
Yeah.
want to know if there are more missing soldiers between 1985 and the 90s.
The only way to know that is to look into DARPA.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to look into that time that he was at DARPA, or go fishing into DARPA. Either, reach out to DARPA and ask for a case file, or something along those
The
lines.
chat is asking you, Ned, if we've heard of this Lieutenant Dan before. They say that they are wondering if this is a callback to a previous season.
Well,
It is not.
have you seen
I know
Forrest
there's
Gump?
so much
New Dan.
information. And New Dan. You might have been thinking of DeStefano from season 1, who was the guy that blew up the place
missed
and
that. Where's
all that
Daphne?
shit.
Okay,
Where's
look,
Daphne?
I think
Daphne's at
I
home.
think this DARPA thing is promising. I also think it is the least solid lead we have thus far. It kind of seems like a needle in a haystack situation, and if we follow the trail of purchases that were made to build this lab, I think that will take us on a far more direct path to what we're looking at. If there's nothing left to get here from this body, I think we have some research to do on the financial history that led to this lab being built, and a plane to catch.
True that.
All right. I'm down for that. Let's follow the money trail. Let's follow the money trail like breadcrumbs in the forest.
I will tell you that I haven't done the autopsy yet because, to be honest with you, the state and the county legislature can't decide on whose jurisdiction it is to autopsy the body, whether it's federal, state, municipality. It's a whole fucking mess.
What, do you have a way to contact us when you do? Or put us
Well-
in contact with whoever does conduct the autopsy?
Well, I'll be conducting the autopsy, but what I'm saying is I can't conduct the autopsy because they haven't decided on whether it's my jurisdiction to do the autopsy yet. Does that make sense? It's a federal case because the CDC is now involved, but it's all bureaucracy, Miss Kaplan, as I can see. You see, if this was just a normal murder in our town, I would be free to do the autopsy because it's my jurisdiction, it's in our town. But as soon as the CDC got involved, now it's a nationwide thing. Now it's a federal issue. Now they have to wait on the chain of command to let them know that they are cleared and that there's no pathogens so that I can autopsy the body. I'd like to autopsy the body right now, but
Well, come on, man. You gonna let some red tape stand in the way of justice? What are you waiting from an official document from the White House to tell you which hand to wipe your ass with? Come on, man. Take charge of your own life. This poor girl deserves better than being shafted to the side by a bunch of overpaid ingrates. Jack off in what used to be a swamp. Get in there and give this girl the peace she deserves. And we'll go on a plane ride. And you let us know what you find out.
Teddy, give me a persuade roll with plus 20%.
Hell yeah.
You better!
Hell yeah, brother.
We might have an inspiration somewhere back in the chat.
It doesnn fucking matter. I
Come on, man.
I invite Trevor to play a game and all my fucking plans go out the window.
Bring it on yourself. All right. Okay.
Did you just say you bring it upon yourself?
I do.
It was DM disadvantage. Haster says that that they
okay.
redeemed.
All
Great.
right, all right.
Roll twice and take the better.
Okay. I got a 13 the first time, which is pretty good already.
Pick up these damn pages.
That you did bring upon yourself.
I did. But it was funny. I did it for the bit.
It was a
What
great
was it
bet.
you said? Persuasion?
It's persuade plus 20%.
Persuade plus 20%?
Yes.
Okay, giddy up. Okay, so that's gonna be, yes, then it's a 17 under 40.
Damn.
That would have been a success even without.
Oh, and you got an Abster Pointo redeemed. Ned yells off mic for that.
Ma!
Off mic. Off mic.
The guy cut the girl open.
I wasn't trying to be
Off mic,
disruptive.
off mic.
You know, I like to help people become the best version of themselves.
Teddy, Dr. Lewis Stubbs looks at you for a minute and goes, you know what? By God, you're fucking right.
I'm gonna become the best version of myself.
He rolls up his sleeves and he goes, Miss Kaplan, glove me. Oh, they're right over there on the wall. I need to be sterile when I do it. That's
Sure.
Would you mind?
Yeah. No. Yep.
I'll do it.
He's gonna do the autopsy now. Are y'all sticking around for it?
Well, sure. We probably have to, unless we're going to provision another private flight. I think we're going to have to wait for a plane anyway.
Yeah. All right. So we'll wait. Yeah. We'll plan our our travel to the next area while we're waiting for the autopsy to come in.
Does anybody have biology? Is anybody gonna stay in the room?
Yeah, I'll stay. I'm putting on gloves just like he is because I didn't get to put my hands in the rubber box earlier. So I'm putting medical gloves on.
I don't have a biology stat, but I do have a forensic stat.
Okay.
Yes, we count. Olivia is this is not her area of expertise, but given that she is well versed in corporate espionage, she would take the time to start following that money trail. We can resolve that later.
Yeah, I think if Sophie's staying in the autopsy room, David's gonna follow Olivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I sort of like now I've made all of the choices to like leave you behind, but then watching you walk out, I'm like,
The fuck?
yeah.
So it's you and me, Soph.
Yeah.
And, David and Olivia
Or following the money.
are following the money. We're autopsying. They're following the
They're
money.
following
Okay,
the money.
yeah, great.
DARPA and etc.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
well, so
law
Teddy's
firm
pulling
and
up gloves.
HVAC people and the...
As
So
this autopsy.
let's. This will be kind of where we end tonight. Let's
Yeah.
start with who's doing DARPA. That's Kay
That is-
and
If that's following the money, that's Olivia and David.
DARPA
Okay.
is on the money trail, yeah.
AKA Olivia with David as
An
Security.
armed guard.
background.
so Olivia.
And David helped.
David,
Olivia,
carry
do
me
you
to
wanna-
carry me to the money trail. Carry me up the money trail.
Carry me up the money trail.
David.
David. Olivia.
Yes.
Who do you call to get access to DARPA information?
Well, I might just call my on again, off again ex-husband / boyfriend,
Oh,
Evan Wild.
Hell yeah, let's
I
get
think
in
that's an
there.
excellent choice. Give me 1 second.
what's y'all's status right now?
It's complicated.
Oh. Are you mostly on or mostly off again?
Well, if you ask Olivia, she would say off, all the way off. But the reality is mostly on.
Oh shit. Okay.
She's got he's got a toothbrush at her place. But that's about all she allows.
Do you want to give him a call?
Yes, but I think first, yes, she does. She'll give him a call.
David is
Oh, what the
paying
hell.
close attention to this conversation.
Oh, what the hell!
Mm.
Before she calls, she'll as they're walking out of the room, just to Kaplan, she'll go, Kaplan, you're a man of many secrets.
Yeah, I try to keep my work life and my personal life separate.
An admirable goal, to be sure. If you're gonna do that, though, I imagine you'd probably want to keep yourself out of the sort of circumstance where some of those connections come looking for you. It
Yeah.
is interesting. When I saw you, I felt like something had changed. You felt almost lighter, in a sense. Not physically, but as if you'd shed some baggage, which is not necessarily unusual, but the unusual thing is that at the same time, you felt like you had taken on some sort of burden. Now, look, if you want to keep your personal life and your business life separate, that's completely admirable. I feel the same way about my own lives. But you also must understand reading people is my area of expertise, so you can forgive me just trying to get a little practice.
Yeah. Let's just say I finally realized that some people are better off without me in their life.
Well, as long as we're on this mission and you've got that sidearm, I hope I'm not on that list.
No, I know what I'm good at. This is one of those things.
All right. Eyes on the prize, soldier. Excuse me. And she'll take out her phone and call her ex-husband.
God, I can't even remember what he sounds like, but
I don't know. He's probably British.
Definitely British. He's definitely
No,
British.
he's definitely not. I'm just taking the piss.
He's Australian, clearly.
Sure.
how
This
dare
is
you?
even wild.
Good day, huh?
Oi,
Good day, babe.
Olivia!
Good day,
Right
babe.
strip on the Barbie, babe!
Oh my
Theater
god.
Cat is rolling over in her grave.
Oh my god, oh
She's
no,
not
we've
even
embarrassed
there yet.
ourselves in front of Theater Cat.
Oh no.
Ah.
Okay.
It rings twice. See, he is British.
Yes, dear.
Evan, how many times do I have to tell you, please don't answer the phone like that? This is a professional call.
I'm so sorry, Ms. Palapane. What can I do to assist you this afternoon?
Thank you. Well, I have some leads on a case I'm working on, and if you have the capacity to look into them, I would appreciate it.
Olivia, I always have the capacity.
Yeah, Olivia
Jesus.
Jesus.
silently scrunches her face and shakes her head. Evan, I'm going to fax you receipts from a couple of transactions that were made in the Seattle area. It looks like they were made through a small series of shell companies. Someone doesn't want us figuring out the paper trail. Needless to say, it is important that I figure out the paper trail.
And I'm guessing some of these records are redacted?
Well, are they actually?
You know
Yes.
that the DARPA stuff is. You know that there's like a lot of stuff in
Sure.
DARPA that's, yeah.
Sure. Once you get to a certain level, they are, because near the end of this chain are some near the end of this chain, some money passed hands to or from DARPA, and that's why I'm calling you.
Okay, DARPA. And what's the name of the company you need me to look into?
Olivia flawlessly recalls the name of every company that you told me earlier.
Yeah, Potentia Holdings LLC, and the.
She rattles them off with the expertise of one who has a memory that's not a sieve.
Yeah, that's not been playing for 3 hours. Got it. Yes, so he goes, right. Give me 3 minutes. I'll call you right back.
Thank you.
By the way, are you free next week, Tuesday, dinner?
I'm on a case right now, but if I'm back in time, I'll let you know.
Okay, sounds good.
Click.
He just talks like he's recently seen you naked. You know, like 'cause sometimes there's this like slime in a guy's voice that's just that it's all it is that he's recently seen you naked.
Yeah. Let's just say, when he pictures me, I'm wearing a particular outfit.
Oh! Well, I don't know how we go on from there.
I didn't hear you recall it.
We cut to, as that call ends, we cut back to the morgue room
Slice.
where Teddy and Olivia are standing next to Stubbs.
No, so
Sorry, Soph and Teddy are standing next to Stubbs, and he just goes, "Well, for science," and he just starts drawing the scalpel down the center of the abdomen. And as he's drawing his knife down the center of the abdomen, it's opening. And as his knife continues down, it's closing back up.
Uh-huh.
what the hell?
That's it. That's it. That's what, yeah.
Well, it's like regenerating.
Spooky. That's what he was working on. That's what he was working on, right?
You think he's trying to make some philosopher's stone, making himself immortal, immune to all harm?
Gotta be. Gotta be. Why else would he work into his 80s? He's got all the money in the world and the hottest...
The
yeah,
only thing he's got to live for is more time.
gotta be.
So
Stubbs looks and goes, "What are you guys talking about?"
this man was chasing the fountain of youth.
Shut the fuck up.
This man, we don't know anything about him.
Also, he's working on a woman's body.
This
I know.
is so strange. I've never had this. Well, hold on. I have to be able to get inside somehow. I mean, that's unnatural. Why would that do that? And he goes to cut it again, and this time, it opens. And as he cuts it, my oh my!
What is it?
And he looks inside, and you see the flesh and the organs on the inside of Amanda Griffin are blue and are like undulating. And I think we'll call it there for tonight.
Her organs is them gummy sharks.
These organs are Breaking Bad! You're gonna break bad?
Nice.
These organs are
man.
playing themselves.
Hey-oh.
Ew!
Wow. That was fun. That was fun.
Thanks, friends. Thanks for joining us tonight for episode 2. I know it was a long one. I know it's a lot of information.
Info dump.
It'll all become clear.
Info
It'll
dump.
all become clear as we continue to play, as we continue to say the names more.
We will
Dear
learn all the
Chris,
things.
I really do one day want to see one of you goons play an Aussie character, but we will need to chat first.
I know. Beth did an Aussie character in like a mini series of Dungeons and Daddies, and I thought it was very impressive. But then she got a lot of feedback from the Australian audience.
Well,
apparently,
while we're talking about other podcasting people, there was during one of their live shows, Glass Cannon Skid did a character with an Australian accent, and it became a running gag that every time he was about to speak, like for the first time in a show, he would go, "Oh, by the way, are there any Australians here?"
Theater Cat says, importantly, we don't all sound like Steve Irwin. Thank you.
Yeah, but some of you do.
We will try to avoid this trope. We will try to avoid this trope.
Come on, but he's the most fun.
He is fun.
Anyway,
Bless him.
lot of information, lot of dumps, lot of good names, a lot of good things that you discovered this time, and a couple of weird shit going on. So we'll have to try same goon time, same goon place next week for y'all to figure out what happens next. What's going on with this
Let's
corpse?
start threading some needles.
Yeah, when we
Where
throw
are the-
another shrimp
where's
on the
Monty?
bobby.
Solving some mysteries.
It's gonna be nuts.
We got organs and money and dumps. What's not to love?
Anyway,
What's not to love? Wish us luck as we head into the final record of the Stradcast tomorrow night.
yes.
And keep an eye on our I just got so excited on our main podcast feed. Later on this week, we are going to be releasing a little announcement
yes.
that includes the reveal of the identity of the person who's going to be doing this little post-show chat with us. And we are going to be putting out a call for questions for that chat. We're going to open up that call to like the wider community.
Yeah.
So
Well,
stay
yeah, so
tuned.
Start thinking about thinking about questions you might have about like the show as a whole.
Yeah.
that, you know,
Campaign-wide,
yeah.
4-year-long to almost 5-year-long questions.
yes.
True.
Yeah, I started this campaign with 0 kids, and now I have a 1 and a 4-year-old.
Oh
I
my
started this
god!
campaign. I was not engaged. Now I'm engaged.
And AJ was like turning
child.
13,
Yeah.
it was
Now
turning
he's
12.
A little man.
He still
Now
needs
he's
a
like-
babysitter
Oh
when we
my
started
gosh.
this campaign.
Now he's 16.
That makes
Oh
sense.
my gosh! Yep, we were in our
Time makes
20s, and now we're
fools of
not.
us all.
I
That's
can't.
right.
It doesn't. It still doesn't quite feel real that it's gonna be the last one tomorrow.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. I'm in denial.
I think I'm in some pretty serious denial about
Yep.
it.
We'll
Yep.
continue to deny.
Yeah.
We deny. That's what they say.
All right, friends.
And until
Take
next
care
time.
of yourselves. Take care of each other. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.